Live, bitches! It's hilarious because now we're live and Dylan's got to explain it.
Live from Canada, it's Sunday morning!
Afternoon. Sunday afternoon.
Afternoon, yes.
Fair,
morning
yeah.
here.
So Dylan, I don't know if you heard, but Corey said we're live.
Alright, we're live. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, that's good. I made it back in time. It's thanks. I said I was going to check on my dogs, and you just decided to pop us on.
I wasn't here when you said that, I'm sorry. That was
You
my
were,
bad.
because you were sitting right there. I saw you.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
you were there.
I might have had you guys
were
turned
there.
down.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
probably did, ignoring us as always.
Welcome to D&D Sunday.
I just really hurt Corey's feelings there. She's gonna cry.
The last feeling I had is broken now.
She's gonna cry. She's gonna cry. Look at her. Look at her. She's gonna cry.
With this mustache, I'm too manly to cry.
I'll tell you, as a guy with a mustache, we cry all the time.
Oh! I'll get on that.
Good thing.
Quick! Throw something in my eyeball.
Yeah. Flick.
Helps moisten the mustache, right?
Exactly, so
Keeps
that
down.
it catches the tears. Sorry, I can't get over just my cheeks. Holy fuck, I'm not used to having that much makeup on that they're like glowing.
Super cute and adorable.
Yeah. Folks, it's the story about man and a mocha.
Oh, Adam's here.
Real down.
Oh right, I don't have I don't have that.
She was the roughest, toughest friend. But many had a
Sup,
heart
Twitch peeps?
as big as a well.
So we don't need D&D 20. Oh, D&D 20. We don't need D&D Beyond. We don't need Roll 20. We're literally just.
It's just us.
We need our dice though, right?
Yeah, you're gonna need. You're probably gonna want the dice. At
Alright.
least a D20.
20s.
At least one.
I got at least like 50 D20.
Very good. So tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning, wherever you are watching this, we're doing things a little differently than normal. Very similar to last week, how we just kind of were very loose with the rules of 5e. We're going to be even looser with the rules this time. We're not really going to have movement speed. We're not really going to have stats in a traditional sense. We're just going to role play and use d20s to kind of determine how things, where things fall. And I know last week I kind of gave a hint of what the story plot was going to be like. I changed it based on the character descriptions that was given to me by all the players. So we're just gonna jump on into this with if everybody's ready. Is everybody ready to? Are you guys in the 1920s mindset?
I think so.
Yeah, Dylan is the king of loose. That is.
Let's do this.
The king of blues.
Yeah. It's because it's so small.
Who
Everybody.
made you so loose, Dylan?
It's not that I'm a loose one.
Should we just call you Lucy from now on?
When you hung like this, everybody's loose, you know. So you gotta keep it loose. It's
You
the
hung
way
like a
it's
squirrel,
going.
but you got a tongue like a Lucy. Okay.
Well, you hung like a lizard, you know it. So we're going back in time. We're going back in time to the 1920s. We are all on a bus except for Ryland's character. She's not introduced yet. But you guys are all on a bus heading towards a little sleepy town called Innsmouth. Some of you haven't heard of this town before, some of you have. Some of you are actively going to Innsmouth. Some of you, it's just a stop on the way to another town. Perhaps Arkham to the Miskatonic University. So let's go through and let's introduce all of our characters. Let's start with our illustrious DM on the 9 to 5. Corey.
I didn't even think of a character name. I'm poised. So, I'm Bailey Alverston. I'm a doctor, ear and eye doctor, but I also practice medicine on the side. It's like a rumor going around I'm like some sort of murderer. I'm just a practicing doctor. I think it's just the people in the slums because I don't work on all of them. That's me, Bailey.
Wonderful. Let's going by the screen on Twitch. I'm smack dab in the middle, drinking my coffee. So let's jump to Shadow.
Okay, Christine, did you read your text? Okay. Sorry.
Literally just got it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I literally just sent it. My name is Elizabeth Fairchild. I am a librarian, and we are heading to Innsmouth just to get some information, just to see what's there.
And moving on to Matt.
I'm Miss Marjorie. I'm of a ripe old age of 37, a little weathered. You don't really know what I do, but you know that I carry a big stick and I walk pretty softly. I also talk about alcohol quite a bit. My husband just died. Oh, Morty, I love you. I'm coming for you, baby. And yeah, so I'm in Innsmouth for a business opportunity.
As I said, we're gonna skip Ryland because she's not on the
Why
bus.
is everybody fucking laughing?
Sounds like Miss Marjorie needs to cut back on the cigarettes.
And
Sounds like you need to shut your fucking mouth.
I am loving this already. Oh,
This is a character, okay? Just don't hate me after this.
Matt's like, wait, don't get offended for real, so.
yeah.
Set in character.
We are in character, so
Yes.
don't take anything to heart, please.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, please
shit.
Let's
You knew I don't want to scare you off right away.
let's move on over and we'll hit up Fredster.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Wenban Smith, Major in His Majesty's Army. Ex-retired now. I was highly decorated in the Great War. What? You know, hero and all that. Tally-ho and all that jazz. I am going to Innsmouth on a little mission of my own.
Wonderful. And lastly, Christine.
So my name is Mary, and sorry, my mind just went blank with what I was going to say. Apparently, I'm a bit of a blonde. So I'm traveling with my sister Elizabeth, mostly to help rekindle our relationship. I'm seen as a bit of a black sheep in the family because my mother didn't approve of me going to France to help fight with the wounded soldiers with the American Red Cross Army. So I'm not really interested in this history thing, but you know, sometimes you gotta sacrifice your free time to help mend old wounds.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And hopefully there won't be that much sacrificing going on. You know, it's a quaint little seaside town. What could go wrong? As the bus rolls down the old cobblestone streets, it stops and the door opens. It's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon. The bus driver says, "Well, is the end of the line. Y'all gotta get off the bus now. Heading back on down. This is Innsmouth. You know, there's a there's a lodging up on that hill there, run by a lady by the name of something or another, Henrietta or something like that. You go knock on her door. She's real fair, real pretty, real nice. She only charges like $1 a night, something like that. So real reasonable, and y'all be good. And the bus for the Miskatonic, you're gonna be in tomorrow morning.
Hey, it's Gus from last week.
Okay, out of the way. Get out of my way. I'm just pushing my way to the front.
Remember,
Get out
anybody ever says how the ride went, you say Gus, best bus driver in all the lands.
Hey, Gus, the bus.
Gus!
I love it.
So good.
So Mary kind of looks up from her. She was reading most of the trip, and she kind of looks up from her book, drawn back to reality by the Miss Marjorie shoving everyone else out of the way. Looks at her sister beside her and like, let's wait until everyone else gets off.
I agree.
Smacking anybody that has their arms or legs in the little aisle with their cane. Just get out, hey, get out of my way. So it's very slowly walking up with prowess.
I'm just gonna let her go first.
I think so.
So, I guess we go after that. I went past a bunch of strangers that aren't here to speak for themselves.
Of course, as an officer and a gentleman, I would let the ladies get off first.
I just like peek up over my glasses once everyone's gone, and just like pack up my books in my bag, put them in my little doctor's case, and look around all shadily, walk off the bus.
The streets of Innsmouth are cobblestone, and they definitely are it's an older town. A lot of the buildings look like they've been there since colonial times. A lot of stone, a lot of wood. The air.
Sorry, I just watched Shadow use her feet in a very amazing, ambidextrous way, and it just blew my mind. Continue.
Oh, great! Now the foot fetishists that watch your stream are gonna want Shadow to start standing with her feet. Why would you bring that up?
I just watched her move a whole thing and then just pick it up with her feet and hand it to herself with her own. It was intriguing. You know, from a doctor's standpoint.
From a medical perspective.
Yeah, Adam.
It's
Yeah, she does
intriguing.
that.
It was crazy.
It's like
so.
an orangutan just grabs an orange with their foot. And
I watched it happen.
Oh, awesome.
Sorry. Totally derailed that.
Dylan was setting the scene.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The
Set the fucking scene.
The cobblestone streets, they, even though it's the sun's shining and everything is bright and warm, they seem slick. Clearly there's the sea air and the water is constantly just coming up. You know, the air is moist, for lack of a better term. The smell of salt and rotting fish you can definitely distinguish in the air. And up on a quaint little hill stands a large building that appears to be the little hostel that is run by Henrietta that the bus driver Gus told you guys about. It is 3 p.m. If you want to make sure you have a room for the night, I would probably head there as quickly as you can.
Alright, I'm just gonna head there as fast as I can, because I kind of just don't... I want to avoid people. I don't really want the interactions just yet.
Yeah. So the Dr. Bailey starts off with I guess like a light trot. I can't picture him running like a full sprint, but
No,
definitely
it's gonna be a little bit of a hustle.
a little bit of a hustle to his step.
Power walking.
Just-
Like head down, clasping Dr. Bag tightly, and just get there as fast as possible. No lollygagging for me.
We, Mary and Elizabeth, they kind of stick really close together, heads down, and hustle off towards, that place. Yes.
Mary makes sure that she's presentable first. She gets her hat straightened on, smooths her dress. She wants to look her best, just in case, before following behind Elizabeth.
Especially with that
Or
handsome
falling next to him.
military. Especially with that handsome military officer that hopped off the boat that you guys are going to be sharing a building with.
How old is that handsome military
Oh,
officer?
yes, officer, can you help me up to this house, please? My legs seem to give me a little trouble at my old age.
Yes, of course.
Old age.
Keep in mind,
Thank you, darling.
previously, she said she was 37.
That's old for me. I've lived a hard life. 37's old.
People only lived to 40 in the 1920s.
Say, hey, I'm 37 at the end of the year. What are you trying
I
to
know,
tell
I'm
me?
like, I'm already past that age. I'm past my due date here.
Yeah.
Past my prime.
And I'll keep my eyes on the real estate around here and check out the bones on buildings.
Give me a roll of a d20.
Okay.
Miss Marjorie.
6.
6. Yeah, you don't know a whole lot about buildings. And so you're assuming
No.
because they are stone
They're pretty.
foundation that they are solid. You think they're all great. The real
Stone.
solid, you know?
Mm.
They don't build that like they don't build buildings like that in your town. No, everything's wood there, but that's that solid stone foundations, and you know it's old, so it's got to be good if it's still standing. The
Of course, as
you don't
ex-army,
notice.
We would be scouting the area, of course, and checking it out everywhere.
Yeah, and give me a roll of a d20, Jeremy. That's
15.
15. You're a little on edge. Everybody else is so eager to hop off the bus and kind of get their lodgings organized. You notice that for a rather picturesque, sleepy little hamlet by the sea, there appears to be, it's the middle of the day. It's 3 p.m. on a beautiful sunny day, and there's nobody in the streets. The windows are all closed. It just seems odd.
Seems fishy.
In that case,
We're not getting into those puns yet.
Yeah, that's great.
He's
'Cause
going to
the
walk
town
down
smells like
the
fish.
street very, very guarded.
Yeah. It's just,
That's a little tough on that, man. That's a little too late there, soldier. Be careful. My brittle bones might break.
the
Oh,
cobblestone
jeez.
is mossy and almost like it's slick, like stones with algae on it. It's definitely not the most well kept street, but it is pretty.
Does the inn look to be good condition?
As you guys start making your way up the hill, the inn actually looks far drier than the lower lands. Being on a hill, as you start going up the hill, the stones actually get easier to walk on. They feel more dry, less slick to the foot. And it looks, the inn is all wood. It's one of those big old Victorian wooden houses. Picture something like I'm just trying to think of a good example of an old Victorian house in modern media.
Just let me know.
Maybe like the Addams Family house, but less gothic.
Ah.
And no signage.
yeah, there's no signage. It's very quaint. There's English roses around the front. There's this lovely whitewashed porch.
Little house on the
No,
prairie.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. There's, I mean, in today's market, it would be like a multi-million-dollar home. In this time period, you know, $20. Inflation. Inflation.
Wow.
But it is a beautiful estate, and you can tell whoever maintains it puts a lot of love and attention to the building.
So, on the way to the inn, Mary does kind of look around a bit at the state of the town, the smell in the air. She kind of gives a whisper to Liz, like, this place kind of reminds me of, France after certain towns were destroyed.
Only you would know that. You forget, I haven't left our hometown. So, I wouldn't want to keep those to yourself.
I know.
Bam, shots fired.
Oh, that was you.
Sorry!
I heard this small whisper and like, what the fuck was that?
Sorry. To get my voice like somewhat more feminine, it gets quieter. So, I'm trying my best.
No, that was Corey, not you, Corey, you. You can't see me pointing at my screen. Never mind.
I do that all the time. Shadow catches me doing it all the time.
You guys don't know who I'm pointing at.
Nope.
Like, look. What are you doing?
Worst
What are you
habit
doing?
of my
I'm pointing right
life.
at you. Who am I pointing at?
Stop poking me.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Come on, Miss Marjorie. No. That's bad.
Liz
so
just
Come on, whack.
say Liz just kind of she's got a bag with her and she holds it closer to herself and wraps her shawl tighter around herself and says to Mary, like, can we just go inside? I don't like this place very much.
No, it's certainly a little unsettling.
Very.
And there's a strange noise in the air.
There
It's
is.
fine.
There is actually a strange noise in the air. It, you just can't quite. It's almost like a soft hum, and you can't quite place your finger on it. Every time you try to focus on it, it seems to disappear.
Jesus. Do you hear that, soldier boy? Can you feel that, soldier boy? I can't do that. Alright. Hey,
Give it-
you hear that? Can you hear that music in the air, that soldier boy?
I give it 5 more minutes for Marjorie to drop the exit.
Horse is gonna get thicker as Matt gets more horse.
Marjorie's just gonna start talking less. That's
Tomorrow, Matt's gonna have no voice.
I totally forgot what Fred's character's name is. I just keep calling him Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy works. I think it's in character.
Okay, Soldier Boy.
Major
We don't Superman those hoes. We just no. What is it? I forget what it says.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
We don't Superman no more. We just Spider-Man them hoes. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the second voice. I don't know. Oh no, but I'm asking Soldier, like, can he smell in the air? Fredster, can he smell shit in the air? What's going on? Can you hear anything? The humming. I'm hearing the humming in my ears. I don't know, I'm old.
Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know what it is though.
A lot of help you are. Alright.
So good.
So you guys reach the porch, and
This is difficult.
it is it's a covered porch. There's there's one of those swings, the 2-seater swings on the porch, and sitting on that porch, you notice a woman. She is how will we describe this woman? She is
Tall and stocky.
She's tall and stocky with frizzy, unkempt hair. And she is sitting on tall and stocky. That's exactly the description I was looking for in my notes.
So I'm wearing some reasonably expensive looking clothing, but it's definitely about a size too big, and I look like I may have been out last night and I might not have slept yet, so like my hair is a little unkempt and I've made an effort to put something in it, and I was a little distracted, and as I see you guys approaching, I stand up and sort myself and dust myself, and I am not taking very good care of this clothing that doesn't fit me very nicely that somebody at one point paid a lot of money for. Aren't we a motley crew of individuals? Hello, everyone!
Dear God, what is that thing? Oh, that's a woman. Okay. That social blast scared me. Oh, hello.
I'm loving Marjorie.
Oh my god.
Oh God, I changed the voice. That up and down was gonna kill me.
I'm Henrietta. I run this establishment with my sister Mabel. She's lovely. You'll really like her. Why don't you come in? I'll give you the rundown. I'm assuming you're all looking for a place to stay this evening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
That
Oh,
would be lovely.
lovely. Come on in. So as I open the door, I yell very loudly, Mabel! We got some! And so I wander in, and though I am not very well kept, the inside is just as lovely. It's well cared for as the outside was, and looks pretty modest, but nice for the time, for the period.
Yeah, everything is relatively freshly painted. It really does stand in contrast to the rest of the town. As you guys were walking through, I mean, shutters had peeling paint, things like that. It looked like, walking through the poor area of a neighborhood. But this
stone
house,
structures.
yeah, with solid stone structures. Exactly.
Solid stone structures.
But this building, definitely is a night and day different. It overlooks the town from the view on the porch. The town looks gorgeous. As pretty as the house does, but yeah, the walls are all freshly painted. The furniture is all wood, clearly antiques, but they're all from different sort of eras. It's like a hodgepodge of things that were collected over centuries.
Right, so we're nothing too fancy, but oh wow, I don't know where I just went with that. I went like country girl
Oh, Henrietta sounds different. Is this like a Jekyll and Hyde thing? Like, should I be
bother.
like checking her
That's gonna
out?
happen all day, I guarantee you. So,
I'm your voice, Henrietta. Memory.
Today's gonna be
all
one of
right,
those days.
so the rules are pretty simple. It's not a really fancy, rooming house. This is a boarding house. I can't guarantee you your own room. I lock the doors at 11 p.m. $1 a week is gonna get you a roof over your head and one hot meal a day. I can't guarantee even a soft surface, but there will be a space. It's a boarding house, and, now is a slow season, but typically we are just full. So try and secure a space for yourself now. Set something out, set it up, and then come settle up with me. I expect the full $1 in advance. If I don't have it, you'll find your things on the lawn this evening. Any questions? Excellent. The attic is off limits. The basement is off limits. My sister Mabel, she doesn't discuss business. Don't bother her.
So good.
Any questions? Excellent. All right, go.
The fact that spaces may not be private, Mary makes a beeline to the stairs and goes to find a 2-bedroom to claim.
I'll walk up
Miss
to
Marjorie.
Henrietta and... Yeah.
Give me a roll of a d20. I'm curious if you notice anything.
I would
particular.
have liked to have seen something.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Oh my
What's
god,
wrong?
Matt, you're gonna kill me.
I'm loving it, especially when you're talking
Oh,
and
that's what she said. Sorry. Alright, yeah, it's a 7.
It's 7.
Yeah, 7.
You notice that Henrietta is wearing a very particular necklace. You can't quite place what's off about it, but you know it looks valuable. Like,
Miss Henry, can I speak to Miss Henry?
well, that's up
Miss
to
Henry.
her.
Yeah, I would like to speak to her if I can. Did she run off already? Henrietta!
No.
Oh, Henrietta!
Hear anything.
she's having problems hearing everyone right now.
I can't hear anything. My headphones
see
stopped
that.
working again. It says
Should I
here.
yell louder so my neighbors can hear me?
I'm sorry. Hang on. I have no idea what's happening. I'm so sorry.
Headphones are acting up.
No, I can't hear. Can you guys hear me? Is my mic?
Yeah, we
no,
can hear
I'm not
you,
working
yeah.
at all. Okay.
They're hearing you
Yeah, but
through my mic right now.
Okay.
You're not lighting up on Discord.
I don't understand what's happening.
I just want, alright, the DM can do it. I just wanted to see if I could slip her $3 and get a room with bed.
Connecting.
Well,
Or is that for Henrietta?
well, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. You slip her some extra cash and you take that's when you notice the necklace that she's wearing. That just,
Okay.
My headphones turned off.
Oh.
it seems
So I found. Okay, I'm
Like-
back.
yeah. It definitely seems very valuable, but you can't quite place your finger on why it would be so valuable. There's something about it that seems off, almost like you don't. Yeah, it's almost like you don't recognize the gemstones in it, but they're.
It
completely
is a mighty
captured.
nice necklace there, Henrietta.
Oh, thank you. It's a family heirloom.
And where'd you get it? From your family?
It's a family heirloom.
Okay. Like, which part of your family did your grandmother give it to you? Because it looks kind of old.
It was like a great aunt or something. I don't know. My sister would know. It's hers. I just borrow it sometimes.
Oh, where's your sister? I'd love to speak to her about that necklace.
Did you miss the earlier rules? Mabel's not to be bothered.
Yeah, I don't care about the rules. I'm a rule breaker myself. You see, are we alone or is everybody else still around?
There's still a whole bunch. Jeremy's still there. I believe Bailey is still there.
Liz is
They're not there.
Yeah, Liz is waiting to settle up with her while Mary gets them both rooms.
Miss Marjorie's thinking out loud too. So, are we alone? No, okay. We'll speak later, Henrietta.
Is this typically how you conduct yourself when you come into somebody's home?
Oh, girl, you need some living under your boots. What's going on with you?
I love that
This is-
saying. Did she say boots or boobs? Because
It's boobs!
I'm living underneath your boobs.
Because I'm
Ooh,
picturing,
boobs
I'm
were-
picturing Matt's character with like these big honking floppy boobs, right?
Them floppy. You need to live under boobs. I said boots, but boobs works better.
I'm picturing who I'm picturing for this character right now is Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
Right? With like just with fake tits, like these massive fake tits. That's who I'm picturing.
That's
She
kind of what
already
I'm
has
picturing, too.
massive,
Yeah, but
saggy
even
tits.
bigger.
That would work, but I think Marjorie's a little bit slimmer. Not slim, but just a little slimmer than Kathy Bates. But yeah, that would work.
Okay.
Kind of not lumbering around, but more.
I'm loving the
DeVito
imagery.
Greg.
That works for me. Hey, soldier boy, would you like to sleep with me tonight in my bed? Oh wait, I just said that out loud. You guys, I have a bed. Fuck all y'all.
Oof. I'm sorry, Miss Henrietta.
I'll wink at the soldier and start my penguin walking up the stairs.
Liz does her best to get Henrietta's attention, like, I'd like to settle up our tab for
I
my
figured it would
sister
be
and
upstairs.
myself.
And who was your sister?
My sister was Mary, the nurse who has already gone upstairs.
Delightful.
Security
It'll be
rooms?
$2.
Okay. And she gives you the money. She like has a little coin purse.
Excuse me. Trying to hold them in.
What about the rest of you? What's it gonna be?
I'm
Yes,
like,
I'd like a room, Mom. Thank you. And hands a dollar over.
I'm just like tapping my fingers on my bag, and I just toss you $2 instead of one for my room.
All right, big spender. Thank you.
So you all go up to your respective rooms and place your items in each room. Because it is the slow season, there is enough room on the second floor for everybody to have a space.
Right.
Mary and Liz are sharing a room,
It shows you muted.
as there was a room with 2 single beds in it. A couple rooms with single beds. They're all relatively small rooms. Just bed, a dresser. Miss Marjorie's probably gonna burp again soon. And she's just chugging them back. Just no.
I'm waiting for her to burp so that I can open my mouth.
I've been doing so good at holding them in. I'm assuming you guys can still hear the grumble though.
Yep.
Yep.
Elizabeth, give me a
Yes?
roll. You're in your room. You're looking out the window. Give me a roll.
13.
13. You notice, glancing out your window, there appears to be a church in the middle of town. However, the steeple of the church is missing a key piece of Christian
Oh.
imagery. There is no cross on the steeple. It is just completely removed. So there's
Would I have-
steeple, no cross.
Would I have noticed that when I was looking at the buildings, or is that a different direction?
That's a different direction. You were more focused on the foundations and the bones of the building.
Bones. Yes,
um,
yes.
Well, Elizabeth.
Sorry.
It was just she is a librarian. She reads a lot, and she just recognized that, wait, that's not right. Normally these old churches, they have that on the top of the steeple, they got that little cross, that symbol higher than everything else, saying "Come here, rest ye weary travelers," sort of vibe, and that seems to be missing in this town.
What time did you say it was? Like, is it evening, afternoon?
It's late. It's mid-afternoon. It was about 3 o'clock when you left the bus. The sun is still shining. Sunset's not going to happen for like another 4 hours.
Okay.
There is time to explore the town before nightfall. And as Henrietta says, she doesn't lock the doors until 11.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I just looked up pictures of buses in the 1920s. They are fucking weird looking.
Look up,
I was like, were there buses in the 20s? And I looked up,
Yeah, there
holy
was.
crap.
look up
There
a
was.
boarding house. Look
Oh,
up
boy.
boarding houses versus rooming houses, because rooming houses you'd have a room. Look up boarding. I did a little bit of homework, so
Yeah.
I wanted to. Boarding houses, you'll see people literally like strangers sleeping this close to each other, like
Yeah.
just under
It's like-
tables and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
triple high cots, and
It's cool.
people sleeping on tables
Yeah.
and people sleeping under the table.
It's
I mustn't
fucking
be a good
crazy.
doctor at all if I'm staying in a place
No
like this. What the fuck's
kidding.
wrong with
Yeah.
me? I'm
Yeah.
a terrible doctor.
Well,
or a
hotels
cheap
weren't
ass.
that common. Like a hotel wasn't that common.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
It was kind of like this, your own place, or a rooming house, which was really expensive at the time.
Yeah.
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 And keep in mind, like, this is all that's available. The fact that you guys all have your own rooms is a miracle right now. Right? And as Henrietta said, it is a slow season, and as the bus driver just said, it's the only place in town that you can possibly stay.
Those
Oh,
beds
you
a
are.
bit lumpy.
Oh yeah, they are uncomfortable beds. They are not the best quality mattress. So if Miss Marjorie's already laying on the bed, feeling how lumpy it is, you also notice that it smells a little moldy. Like it's
Jeez.
just it's clean. It's clean to the look, but you can tell it's an old mattress that's
Ew.
been in a seaside town for quite
So
a while.
smug.
It's probably just as old. It's probably just as old as some of the furniture.
This is not what I paid for. Where's that Henrietta? I'm gonna start going down the stairs.
Oh god.
Henrietta from the top of the stairs. Why is my room so moldy and nasty? I gave you $3 for this room, and you're trying to boopy doop me? No.
You haven't even paid me yet.
Look in your pocket. Maybe I slipped it into your ham wallet. I don't know.
You haven't even paid me yet.
No, I did when you didn't have your headphones on.
Oh, did? Did I get paid?
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, we forgot
Did
to
I
tell
get
you.
paid?
Yeah, you totally got paid.
Oh. I
we
didn't know I got
forgot this.
paid. I'm over here like, no idea I've been paid.
We're the
Did
worst.
she actually give me $3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She slipped you $3 to try to get a private room.
Oh!
Oh! I said, but not this
We're
whole
terrible. We
lumpy-
just assume that she's worst role players ever. You're welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'm over here. No, you didn't.
Sorry, I didn't tell you.
I mean, we
Sorry,
do.
I forgot to tell you I paid you.
We have a couple other rooms we could try. I mean, we could flip the mattress. It's a seaside town.
No,
I
that
don't
mattress,
know
yeah,
what
it
to tell ya.
It smells like my aunt's vagina.
Is that your
My
aunt's?
dad, it's my dead aunt. Sorry, she was 51 and she died. And she had a really smelly vagina. Anyways,
You know, okay, Marjorie, Marjorie, die. All right, listen, I have an idea. So you wanted to meet my sister. I'm thinking we set that up. I've got another room upstairs. Maybe we can make a little introduction. Why don't I take care of everybody else and then I'll see to you. So why don't you just hang tight? Head into the kitchen. There's some wine. We got a couple of bottles in the back of the pantry in there. Help yourself if you're so inclined. Everyone else, who still owes me money? Everybody is settled?
Mom,
I think everyone's
so,
Yeah, because I
Everybody's
paid for Liz and Mary.
Right.
Jeremy paid you with $2 or a dollar.
He paid $1.
$1. Doctor paid me $2.
That's who paid
You
you $2.
and your sister
right, was the
paid.
doctor.
Okay, everybody's paid. Okay. So has the doctor gone off to find accommodations, or is the doctor still standing there?
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna wander up to find myself a room.
All right. So I'm gonna send you into the kitchen, and I'm gonna go see about something. I'm gonna go talk to Mabel upstairs.
Let's go with the kitchen adventure first with Marjorie, and then we'll come back to you, Christine.
sorry.
I got some ideas for that. That's in this kitchen.
So
Oh,
you
that fucking necklace.
you walk into the kitchen and you are rummaging through trying to find those bottles of wine because it is it's like era of prohibition, so the fact she's offering you some wine is like ooh la la, right?
Yeah,
You're
the
clearly
funny
being
thing
spoiled.
is, I have a flask in my bra, so I'm gonna drink that and do something to the
Yeah.
wine.
You notice that as a lot of the bottles of wine in the cabinet are very dusty and old, like old world's old. Like we're talking Spanish wine from the 1500s. There is a
My.
bottle of without a label, but you can tell by the glass that it's probably just as old. I mean, there's some weird shaped handmade bottles. Like the wine selection there is crazy. But you do notice that the cork, and there's one bottle there where the cork has already been popped. So somebody, and it looks like a singular glass has been poured out.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm gonna try and find another glass and pour a little bit more wine into it.
Yeah, it's a fully stocked kitchen, and
Okay.
so which bottle are you just gonna drink from the one that's already been opened? Or are you gonna?
I'm not drinking the wine. I'm gonna wait for Henrietta. I'm drinking from my flask.
Oh, wonderful.
And I think maybe I should just type this to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I like that.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah.
And
So
now I'm gonna make myself a little
Craziness afoot.
maybe some cheese and some.
yeah, there's a you look in the ice box, and there's some preserved meats like summer sausage and.
Was there an ice pick in the ice box?
You don't see an ice pick.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Not in the ice box. That's a refrigerator.
Yeah. Okay.
But you do notice, there's a wedge of cheese. There's some bread on the counter. It's very basic foods. Some salted fish.
Oh yeah, I grabbed it. Sure.
There's some apples in a little basket on the center island of the kitchen.
Little cheese, little bread, little gefilte fish, some wine. I'll set it up for Henrietta when she comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds lovely.
This is so great.
All right.
I don't know where this is gonna go.
Perfect. So, Miss Marjorie's making herself busy in the kitchen. Henrietta is upstairs chatting with her, taking care of some business. What is Christine? You had things you wanted to.
Yep. So I was gonna say that Mary's unpacking. She sees Liz staring out of the window, looking at the church. She kind of gets an idea, kind of sneaks up quietly behind her, and then grabs her shoulder suddenly from behind. Blah!
Both of you give me a roll of a d20.
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit.
I got an 8. Yeah. So basically,
Got an
you
8 and a 10.
scare the ever-loving shit out of me.
Yeah, you scare her, and
Badly.
because she's like leaning up against the window, looking out. She's got in her hand her book, and as you scare her, that book goes tumbling out of her hands and drops down into the grass below, and just starts kind of rolling down the hill a little bit.
No!
So your book, your very old book, the one about the esoteric order of Dagon, the whole reason why you came on this trip,
I know! It's sliding
is
down the hill.
rolling down the hill, heading towards the wet, moist town below.
No. So,
How many times will he say
Liz
moist?
definitely, nothing matters. She doesn't mean to shove Mary, but she just goes straight through, possibly bumps her, and goes chasing after her book.
Yeah, both of you give me a roll of a d20 again.
I need to get some real dice.
I rolled a 2.
Die.
Both rolled a 2? Yeah, so you're trying to push past, and you like run, and you both just, your head smashes into hers. And you guys just, both of your noses are you're bleeding now. You broke both of your noses, and you're just like, shit.
Oh no!
They're twin sisters now.
Yeah. You guys just, because she's right behind you, you drop that book, you turn right around, and you just smack, and basically you headbutt her in the process.
Mary's kind of just holding her nose now, like, holy crap, calm down, can't you take a joke? Just goes over to her bag and starts fishing out for some handkerchiefs for the both of them. She obviously knows how to treat a bloody nose, so she just hands Mary a handkerchief, or hands Liz a handkerchief. Sorry.
Yeah.
And says, I'm sorry about your book. I didn't mean it.
I know,
was
that's
wondering if you
fine. I
wanted-
have to get it. It can't get wet, it's too old. So she just,
All right.
Liz just grabs a handkerchief, pulls it to her nose, and still tries to go running after the book.
Mary doesn't stop her. She steps out of the way.
Alright, so Liz is heading into town alone.
Mary
Who's the older sister?
I think Mary's the older one. No, sorry, Liz is the older
Like I
one.
said, I think I'm the
I
older
was,
one.
okay.
I was like a 2 year younger or something like that.
Something
so you're
like that, yeah.
close. Okay. Alright.
Alright. As Liz is storming out of the building, let's go to the doctor, the good Dr. Bailey. What are you up to in your room?
I'm just emptying out my doctor's kit, wiping it off, just making sure there's no dust or debris, disgusting fish air, just trying to make sure it's all relatively clean, no dust, just kind of checking out the room, cleaned off the top of the dresser that's left there so I could put all my tools out properly.
Give me a roll of a d20. Let's see if you notice anything funky.
17.
Okay.
17. Yeah, you as you were walking up to your room, you did notice some of the portraits of the various families that have been in Innsmouth. You notice they're very old, and in your room in particular, you notice a photo of a man by the name of Obadiah, and you can tell because it just says Obadiah, and then it has a date that you can barely make out, but it's 18 something or another. You just can't quite figure out what year. And he is a fisherman with, standing on the bow of his ship with what appears to be a very weird looking candelabra.
Can I, inspect the photo more?
Yeah.
Enhance.
Yeah, give me a, yeah, you pull out your little doctor, your bifocals, so you can zoom in a little. It's like little magnifying glasses on your glasses. And give me another roll of a d20.
10.
10. You notice that not only is there a candelabra in the picture, but it looks like on the bow of the ship there is just a fishing net full of fish and more treasure. Looks like but none of it looks like anything you've seen before. It almost looks like it was melted, but it's supposed to look that way. Like it's supposed to look melted.
Like the photo?
No, like the treasure in the photo. And like the candelabra looks like it was made from dripping liquid gold into water, but in a mold also.
That's
It's just
peculiar.
very complex metalworking that doesn't quite sit right with you. Like the artist who made these would have had to have used some pretty advanced techniques, and for the amount to be tangled up in a fishing net, it just seems weird.
Can I take the photo off the wall and inspect the back?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just a picture. You pop off the back of the frame, and you're looking at it, and it's clearly a photo. It's not a painting or a drawing. It is a real photo from the 18 something or another. You just can't quite place the year of the photo. But your best guess, you're figuring it was about 70 years ago. So about the 1850s.
Weird. I'm gonna hang it back and make sure it's hung straight.
And then let's jump to Jeremy.
Yeah, he's walking up the stairs. He's still very uneasy. He's taking in everything that's going on, and all his surroundings, etc., and he's going to see if he can find a room. Does the room
there's-
have a lock? Would the room have a lock on it by any chance?
Yeah, that's a question for Henrietta. Henrietta, do the rooms have locks?
Just the attic and the basement.
There is no locks on any of the bedroom doors.
It's a no. It's a no.
So he finds his room and goes in and immediately shuts the door and has a good look round.
It's a pretty basic room. Single bed, small dresser, a little table with a chair that could be used as a desk, but doesn't look the most comfortable. The chair and the table aren't really a matching set, so if you were sitting at it, you'd have to really be hunched over.
Is there a window?
There is a window.
You would immediately walk over to the window as there's nothing much in the room and scout the outside and see what's going on.
Outside, you don't notice anything particular. The town looks, very, very peaceful and picturesque, but you do notice that none of the windows in any of the houses down in the streets are open, which is weird because it is a pretty nice day. You would think, even though there's a hint of rotten fish and salt in the air, it's probably no worse than any other smell. They'd be used to that smell. It's a seaside town. Give me a roll of a d20, Jeremy.
4.
4?
Yep.
You hear children.
We suck today.
The sound of children coming from the town. Yeah, you hear the sound of children playing somewhere in the distance in the town.
Okay.
That will circle us back around to Henrietta. How did the conversation with your sister go?
It went well. So I've tidied myself up a little bit and touched up my makeup, and my frizzy hair is slightly more kept, and I am trying to just straighten myself out a little bit more as I head downstairs back into the kitchen, and I enter slightly more composed and a little less hostile than I was the last time we interacted. So, right. So, did you find everything you were looking for? Did you find the wine?
Oh, darling, I love the blush you put on. Your hair looks a little bit less dekempt. It's nice. It's nice. You don't look as much disheveled as you did before. Oh yeah, I've seen you had a lot of good wine back there. Oh, a lot of good wine back there. Did I see a bottle from the Columbus vintage of 1492?
See, I knew when you walked in you were a woman of discerning taste. I did. I could tell.
Yeah, you know us when we can tell. We can always see that in each other.
It happens sometimes. Formidable women. We don't always get off on the right foot, and I just want to apologize. So I had a chat with my sister, and we're going to set you up upstairs with us. We do have a second bedroom up there. We typically don't open it up to, just anybody. But you did pay $3. Obviously, I want to make sure you enjoy your stay here. So for the time being, I'll get you to leave your things where they are, and I'll have them moved upstairs later.
You're a doll. You're a doll. Sit down. Have a little wine with me. I poured a little there for you.
I can't drink.
And some bread.
I can't drink when I'm working. My sister, she gets so upset.
Oh, we're all going to sleep. It's already it's 5 o'clock here. Come on. Drink with me.
It's only for the guests. I
Drink with the old lady.
I can't. I appreciate. Maybe you know what? Let's wait until tomorrow when I make us all a nice hot meal, and you and I can sit down and have a drink afterwards. How's that sound?
How about a little bit of my special reserve as I pull it out of my bra?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I love you tomorrow. You're only a day away. Okay.
Okay. No, I saw where you were going with that. Alright, yeah, okay. As long as my room's got a nice, comfortable, non-sticky bed, I'm good.
So
I'm already sleeping with Mabel.
What? No. You'll have your own room. And while we're having this conversation, I'm just kind of checking my kitchen to see if Marjorie's gotten into anything. I obviously checked the cupboard with the wine. I'm assessing everything.
You notice that all of that enough glasses for yourself, for Marjorie, for the doctor, the two sisters, and Jeremy, and of course for your sister Margaret. Is Margaret your sister's name? I can't remember.
Mary.
Yeah. No,
Mabel.
Henrietta's.
Mabel.
Mabel. I was so close. There's enough glasses for everybody in the building. Pulled out on the table. Miss Marjorie is there with all these glasses laid out in front of her, and she's like, "Drink wine with me."
Oh dear, I didn't know I poured that many glasses. I'm sorry.
You said you pulled it. That's what I thought you wanted.
So
Oh,
hold on.
Wait, there's only 2 glasses.
Just-
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Marjorie's
It's gonna
poured.
be a little.
Sorry, I misunderstood your.
Yeah, it's
what
just
you
gonna be
were-
a little.
Yeah. 2 of the wine glasses are pulled out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a big deal about grabbing them as well, and I'm gonna be like, because I'm not drinking today, and like I don't want the other guests to see this. Like we can't have this out, so like I'm gonna go and dump them and start rinsing them out, and still like kind of just looking around and keeping a very clear eye on her.
Why so suspicious? Don't be suspicious.
Not suspicious, but like I'm definitely trying to pay attention to you because my character entirely underestimated you, and I've now like made a whole point of trying to like. So I am definitely like giving you FaceTime and being a lot nicer to you and like facing you while I talk to you while I tidy, but I'm checking all of my cupboards and just
Definitely watching you out of the corner of my eye as well. My one good eye. As far as you know, I don't know. I might not only be 37. All right, I'll go up to my room. Which
More
one
like
is it? On the right or the left?
137.
well, the one with the lumpy mattress.
No, you said you'd give me a new room.
Yeah, I have
You
to
talked to your
finish,
sister.
and I gotta finish setting it up for you. So I'm gonna get you to just go back up to your room for now, or do whatever it is you want to do while I finish taking care of business, and then I'll bring your things up
Okay.
to your room.
Okay, I'll go upstairs and talk to Mabel about some business.
Leave Mabel alone.
Sure, honey. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you wash those glasses.
Marjorie.
All right. Let's jump to the adventures of Elizabeth running down the streets.
Yes.
So she
This is
is
fun.
chasing my book. I need my
Yeah,
book.
she's chasing her book.
Uh.
She's running down the cobblestone street. She's looking back at the house, trying to figure out exactly which way it would have rolled and dumped. Unfortunately, with the layout of the hill, it's so steep at that one point you can't actually just run down that part of the hill. So you're circling around into the streets. Give me a roll of a d20 as you are coming into the streets. You're kind of running and looking back.
17.
As I said before, the streets are a little slippery, but you manage to keep your footing, and you do keep very good pace, and you do come across your book. It is in the streets. It doesn't look too badly damaged from the roll, but the edges of the pages do look wet.
She dries it off on her cardigan.
Yeah, and you're being super careful because you know yourself, books with wet pages. Give me another roll of a d20. See if you can.
16.
16. You hear the sound of like the tap of a walking stick and a foot dragging. So kind of like a
Yeah.
sort of
Okay.
noise, like somebody with a really severe limp is walking nearby. And these are old windy roads, so
Yeah.
he could literally be 5 feet in front of you or could be echoing.
She tucks the book inside her cardigan, to protect it and dry it off a little bit, but also so it's not seen. And then she kind of takes a few steps looking for where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, you start making your way in, and you're trying to hone in on the sound of the. And you take a left, and then you take a right. You go down, you pass a crossroad, and all these houses they're so tightly packed together, like it's literally single person traffic. It's such an old town. Cobblestone roads, cobblestone foundations, and wood. All the shutters are closed. The roofs are overhanging, almost blocking the sunlight out. They're so close together. And the sound does sound closer. Do you keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep going.
Can I
and-
still see the church from where I am?
No. It's so you're in this little, like, the roofs, I kid you not, when the roofs are there, there's enough room for, two people to pass if they go side by side. These houses
Okay.
are very closely built together.
Okay.
So they're more like alleys than roads,
Oh, damn.
right? But there's there's barrels and stuff, and it's there's that distinct sickly sweet smell of rotting produce.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
that-
God. Yep.
Where it's not necessarily, it's disgusting, but you can tolerate it.
Yep.
It's that, ugh.
Yeah, where you can kind of smell
can
the
almost-
fruit flies.
Yeah, you can taste it where it's you can
Yeah.
taste that bile in the back of your throat.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, that
I know
sickly
that smell.
sweet smell. And you keep getting closer, and the sound is getting closer and closer. Can you roll me a d20?
10.
10. You see this shadowy, hunched over figure, and you're standing here, and he's coming across the crossroad, right in front of you, and he's got this old hobbled crutch. He's got two of them, and he launches them both in front, and then his rear foot is dragging, and that foot seems long, like trailing out behind him, almost like it's a tail, or it seems twice as long as his other leg.
Do I feel anything? Like, does she feel uncomfortable? Does she feel nervous? Scared?
Would you feel uncomfortable if you saw this hunched over figure in a big dark cloak with one leg that looks normal and one leg twice as long dragging behind him?
Yeah. So I say, because if she feels really uncomfortable, really nervous, she's gonna kind of like tuck back against the wall and just be like, "I'm part of the wall. I'm part of the wall. I'm just standing here. I lost my book," and try to be like very unassuming.
Blend
Take
in,
on,
sweetie.
yeah, be her like mousy self.
Yeah, definitely. You shrink back, and this figure doesn't appear to notice you.
Oh,
Yeah.
am I?
When he's like good and way past, am I able to find an open area and see if I can orient myself to the church again?
Give me a roll of a d20.
Oh no! Oh no!
Natural one.
Yep. Oh no.
Yeah, you begin to continue wandering. You know roughly where that church should be, and you figure that would be. You had a clear view of the church. You could see there was a courtyard in front of the church. You know, that might be the best way to get yourself, because it was appeared to be on a main street. You can get back to the main street. You'll be able to find your way back to the boarding house. It makes perfect sense. So you start heading in that general direction of the church, and you hear some children laughing in the distance, and you keep moving towards that church, and you couldn't see the courtyard from you could see the spire, and you can see there was space, but you can actually see the courtyard. And as you start inching towards that area, you can see the houses starting to widen up a bit, and you're getting closer and closer, and something, and you black out.
Yep.
You
I knew that nat one was gonna come in somewhere.
What did I say about taking drinks from Henrietta?
you have been knocked unconscious.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh no.
Shit, son.
Oh
That
no.
sucks.
Oh no.
See, why do have a feeling I'm gonna be the first one dead again.
Who knows? Who knows?
This is why you don't go outside in a horror movie.
Yep.
How did you not learn your lesson from last time?
Dory, there's a doctor in the house.
Oh god.
And
That's a
we
good plan.
will go back to the hostel, to the boarding house. What is everybody's been in their rooms, everybody's set up. Henrietta is setting up a special room for the Lady Marjorie. What is Jeremy and Mary and Bailey up to?
So, after she gets her nose cleaned up, Mary, being the adventurous short sort that she is, she figures that eventually Liz will come back and they can talk it out and she can apologize properly. However, her ears picked up at the "don't go in the basement, don't go in the attic" rule. So she kind of just explores the house a little bit, kind of gets a sense of where Henrietta's at the moment, and she starts making her way towards the basement, like just in a downward direction, looking indoors, checking for ways down.
Yeah, the basement, as you go through the house, you open up a few closets. You know, there's cleaning supplies in one. You open up another one, and it's full of a bunch of old fur coats. You open up another closet, and it appears to be filled with a bunch of miscellaneous clothing. You open up another closet, once again another closet, and it's just full of random bags and suitcases and things like that. It looks like a lost and found, a bunch of stuff that has been left behind. And you get to a door, and it is locked.
Alright, so is there anything nearby, like, a knife or anything that I can pry the lock with?
Check your character little secret stuff I sent you in DM.
I'm trying not to take advantage of that just at the moment, but
Okay.
nothing in the environment, because I left
Yeah,
all my
there's
stuff
nothing.
upstairs.
Yeah, there's nothing in the environment that would instantly lead itself to
Does
being
the door-
used to.
Is the door pull? Like, does it look like it's a pull door or a push door?
It is a pull door. You turn the knob, it opens towards you.
In that case, then, seeing as how the attic seems secured for the moment, or the basement, I mean, seems secured for the moment, she's gonna go back upstairs. She's back to her room. Open up her little handbag that everyone assumes just has her money in it, and she pulls out this dagger. She kind of tucks it in one of the pockets of her dress, or inside of her bra or something like that, and heads back downstairs, and she tries to pry the lock open.
Yeah, I let you work away on that lock, and we'll see how successful you are in a little bit. Jeremy, what are you up to?
Having heard the children in the distance, he's going to go down into the town and see if we can locate where the noise is coming from.
Yeah, you make your way down, and how are you making your way down? Are you being hasty? Are you being careful?
I'm being careful.
Yeah, so you make your way down, and of course, as I mentioned before, the steps are quite slippery as you start getting into the town itself. You're heading down, and you do notice that the roadway, like the main road, is pretty clear. All of the side streets are very windy, and actually the houses are so close together it blocks out a lot of the sunlight. As you start heading towards the center of town, you hear a group of children playing to the left of you in one of the windy passages of homes.
I'm not going to approach the children directly.
Yeah, you haven't seen them yet. You're just hearing
Yeah,
the
alright.
noise of them playing. You haven't seen the children yet.
Alright. Right, I'm not going to actually approach where the noise is coming from necessarily directly. I'm going to take a roundabout route to see if I can get somewhere where I can see what's going on, but without being seen.
Give me a roll of a d20, please.
18.
Yeah, you start making your way through, and you kind of you figure if the kids are playing, it kind of sounds like they're playing maybe like half a block down this windy little path, and you're looking at the houses. Figure if maybe you go to the next house over and through the alley that way, you might be able to circle around. And as you do, you come around and you peer across behind the building really carefully, and you can see a small little fenced off grassy area where, you know, four houses kind of all kind of meet, like the alleys kind of all meet. There's a small little grassy area with a bit of a fence, and you can see two children playing with a ball in that grassy little spot.
Little grassy knoll.
Is there anything familiar about these two children? Or one of the children?
There is nothing familiar about them, but you do pin the age. The age of the children are in the same age bracket of your secret.
Okay, I'm going to carry on observing then.
Yeah, you're just an adult man creepily watching two children.
This is at nighttime, right?
No, this is still daytime. The sun is still shining.
It's like late afternoon, isn't
I
it?
was like, two kids are playing out down in the dark and
Yeah, no, it's still light. We're talking it's 5,
okay,
maybe 6 o'clock right now. I mean, the sun's still up. As I said, sundown wasn't gonna be until about 7 or 8, so it's sun's still shining, and these kids are playing. Give me another roll of a d20 if you're gonna be all sneaky and spying on these kids.
Yeah.
How's the teeth been, Jeremy?
Nothing
It's
amiss
fine.
here.
In the 20s, I'm sure it was normal for grown men to watch children. You know, from the distance
was.
and in the shadows.
That's a 9.
It's a 9. You're very focused on the children, and you are, and it actually it's making you sad. You're imagining what it would be like to be a father and to have a son who you could, be playing ball with outside, playing catch. Especially after the trauma you endured through the war. I mean, the concept of raising a life and bringing that, and teaching all of your wealth of knowledge, having faced death, just wanting to have that legacy and you're kind of just in your own fantasy right now. So could you please roll me 2d20, so rolling with a disadvantage?
That would be 3.
Oh.
3.
Ouch.
Once again, we're gonna die from bad dice rolls.
Yep. It's kind of just the way we are. Fuck.
You're unconscious.
Oh god, it's too.
Also, Dylan, just so you know, when you're clapping, the microphone's not picking it up.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
Well, either way, clock slide, funk. Somebody, while you were in your kind of daydream state, somebody came up behind you and hit you really hard in the back of the head with an unknown object. You are unconscious as well.
Seems to be a theme going on here. Was unconscious a lot of the time last week.
We're gonna see if we can have it play out the exact same way.
Oh god.
The exact same story, just a different setting.
Jeremy will be
no.
the final girl.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the fun. All right. We'll jump back to Bailey and Marjorie at the house. Mary is still fiddling with the lock. Henrietta is working on getting that attic room ready for Miss Marjorie.
I just noticed that Henrietta seems to be housing a bunch of very suspicious characters. The first thing we do is we try to break into the basement, watch a bunch of children, we spy on a stranger.
Unsavory lot.
Be suspicious. Be suspicious. I'm just going around the old room and in my hand on the walls and the floor and seeing how stable it is.
It's
Looking at the bones of the building. So
give
to
me a
speak.
roll. Give me a roll of a d20.
Okay.
I want to see how you're doing on this.
I'm gonna roll my metal one because I'll use my metal cane. That's shit. That's a 6.
You just like with the other houses, you're like, oh yeah, great bones.
Yeah.
You know very little about houses, so you're like that type of person who goes to look at a car, and all they do is kick the tire once, and like, oh yeah, that's a good car. You're going around. You're the type of person who you're opening up a door and slamming it once and be like, oh yeah, this house is perfect. Nothing else. Slam the door.
I'll go take a look out the window. See how the view is.
Oh, the view's lovely. You're seeing the whole town out in front of you. You can see the docks in the distance, which look like there's quite a few boats there. Nothing's coming in and out, but those docks do look very functional.
That's a promising venture.
Yeah.
Bring a bunch of stuff in that dock.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll just go out of my room because I'm bored. I'm gonna keep wandering around and yelling for Mabel. Mabel!
Yeah.
We need to discuss some business.
And Bailey, what is Bailey Dr. Bailey up to?
All my stuff's clean. Getting a little peckish. I'm gonna wander down to the kitchen and see if there's any like foods.
Yeah,
There's some cheese and bread.
Yeah, as you are heading to the kitchen, you do pass Miss Mabel. You guys are kind of leaving your rooms at the same time, and you're kind of in the hallway together.
I'm going to pull my glasses down and get a proper look at her and acknowledge her and nod, but I'm not going to say anything because I was told that we shouldn't be interacting with said person. So I'm just going to observe, make eye contact, and nod. But do I observe anything odd about this person?
No, not Miss. Sorry, I'm getting my Miss Marjorie.
Oh,
You see
okay.
me? Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Sorry, that's my bad.
So, wait,
Mabel
so-
is still. There's too many M names. Mabel is still upstairs.
This works good because now I can ask my question. Do you always take your glasses off when you want to get a good look at somebody?
I put them on. I had them up on my head.
Oh, I thought you said you put them down. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah, they're
sorry.
on my
They were
head.
on my head, so I like put them
I'm
down.
I'm an old lady. I'm sorry.
Kind of thought too that she.
Hey, there's some cheese in the kitchen if you're hungry. Don't drink any of the wine though. I think that Henrietta's a bit of a hermit. But she seems to have some old shit around.
Right. Meat?
I don't know. You go take a look. I'm looking for Mabel. Mabel!
I'm just gonna continue to the kitchen and see if there's like substantial foods, or maybe I might have to venture out otherwise.
Yeah, there's some dried, like salt dried fish. There's some vegetables, like there's some celery and some carrots. There's some potatoes, but they're not cooked. There's some apples on the table, some summer sausage in the fridge, a wedge of cheese, and a loaf of bread. Pretty basic.
I'll just grab an apple and clean it off on my coat and take a bite and maybe wander around, take a look at the hallways if there's any pictures or anything.
You take a big bite of the apple and it's very woody. You know when you get those apples and there's no real flavor.
Yeah.
It's very bland.
Yeah.
Like, they look beautiful. It's like Red Delicious. It looks gorgeous. But it tastes woody.
Grab the real ones. Alright, I'll stop fucking with it.
Yeah. The wax grape thing that you were snacking on, they taste waxy. No, it's just the food tastes bland. There's nothing to it. It's
right.
Just, it's no flavor. It's not enjoyable. Like, it will sting you, but there's no joy to be had.
I'll just keep eating it and check out the pictures on the walls.
Yeah, give me a roll of a d20.
I'm happily eating the apple.
12?
12? You notice another picture. Appears to be it just says there's no name on it, but it is dated 1874. And there is a gentleman in front of the church, and you recognize him as the same man in that picture from the 1850s. He doesn't look like he's aged a day between those two photos. He is wearing a large coat, so you can't really see what his body looks like, but his face looks unaged. He looks like the exact same 20-year-old you saw in the first picture on the boat with the treasure, despite being a photo taken 25 years later.
I might wanna... It's peculiar. I think I'm gonna go see my friend at the university. Wait, is it too late to go see my friend at the university? Is the university even gonna be open right now?
No, the university's in a completely other town.
Oh, right.
I think that's the bus we have to catch in the morning.
That's why you're in.
Right.
Just Skype him.
Yeah. Call him. Just call the guy.
There's definitely some interesting things you're going to want to make note of and probably bring to his attention. Because as you know, what his life work is, very similar to your life's work. And that's very peculiar that you're seeing a photo of a man taken 25 years later who appears to have not aged a day.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't aged a day in 25 years either.
I'm gonna write it down in my little pocket book.
I was immediately thinking of Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
he's Paul Rudd. It's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is Obadiah. Okay, that's the...
This is 40, this is 50, this is 60, this is 70. All the same.
Excellent. So in my notes is Paul Rudd doesn't age.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything else around the house? Is there any other photos or smells or sounds? I'm just
sounds
wandering.
you're hearing. You're wandering through the house. You can hear somebody fidgeting down a hallway, and you can hear noises from upstairs. You can clearly hear. Yeah, you can hear Miss Marjorie yelling, looking for Mabel. You can hear the sound of furniture moving upstairs, and you can hear somebody fidgeting, not fiddling, there's no fiddles, fidgeting around with something down one of the hallways on the main floor.
I'm gonna go investigate that sound.
Yeah, you see Mary with a knife.
Does Mary hear her coming? Or hear him coming, sorry.
No. You are so into your lock picking.
Oh!
Don't hear.
At the moment you said you're gonna come to that sound, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get caught.
Yeah, you see
Well, you probably hear me
Mary,
crunching into the
Bailey.
apple as I'm walking down the hallway.
You see her. You catch her. You turn the corner and you catch her red-handed. There's, but give me a roll of a d20, Mary.
19.
19. And right as the illustrious doctor turns the corner with apple in mouth, that door pops and it opens.
All right.
Ha.
Does it like open like does it swing open widely, or is it just like I can tell it's unlocked but still closed?
The lock it pops and it opens up. Let's say about an inch, just enough that the doctor can see that it's popped open as well.
Mary kind of looks over at the doctor, and then just kind of puts her finger to her mouth in a shush motion, and opens the door and goes in without saying another word.
Nice.
Oh. I'm gonna take another bite of my apple. Is that at the end of the hallway, or is there like?
Yes, it is.
Is there
at the
more
end of the
hallway? All right, so I just can't. All right, I'm just gonna like bite my apple and watch Mary, and turn around, and I'm gonna glance into the room to see what else I can see real quick from like as I'm turning around, so I can just keep walking the other way. But I feel like I want to glance in that room real quick and be like,
Nope.
but I don't want. I'm just like la 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 la. Like,
Yeah, you look down the open door and it's a set of stairs. It's a couple steps going down and then it juts down, heading down the other direction. So it's a staircase down, but you can't really see much aside from that first landing.
all right, I'm just gonna bite the apple and keep it in my mouth and pull out my notes as I'm continuing to walk away to write down that that's where the basement's located. The basement that I'm not supposed to be in.
I love this, the general, like, crunch, watching somebody break into the basement and then just...
In
Not my
the
circus, not my monkey. Yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yep.
in the basement, you notice the basement is actually quite small in comparison to the rest of the floor plan of the house. Clearly the house has been built up on something that was once smaller. You know, the basement looks like it's the original foundation for something that stood there before. In the basement, you notice there are a few large casks, and also a copper pot with a whole bunch of copper tubing on it.
How well lit is the basement, by the way?
It is not well lit at all.
Okay. And I'm guessing there's no... are there any... Is electricity a thing by this point? I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, it may not be in this town because it's electricity was just getting spread around
Yeah.
to more affluent neighborhoods.
And the
Yeah, it
basement,
is.
like the basement wouldn't have had an electric light fixture.
Yeah. And let's face it, this is Innsmouth. They do
Yeah.
not have
Yeah.
electricity here. I mean,
So
Damn.
she's gonna look around as best she can in the dark basement, and particularly at this copper pot. Is it big enough for me to pick it up and look at it?
yeah, you know exactly what it is. You've seen them before. It's a distillery. It's a still.
Okay.
It is
Ah.
it's an illegal still.
This is kind of what Rune was expecting to find in the basement. And having been around a bunch of soldiers that have way too much time on their hands between moments of terror, she's kind of used to seeing this kind of thing. So she kind of just nods and no judgment or anything, just kind of like, okay, this is where I can go to get booze. And goes back upstairs.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you make your way back upstairs. To answer
Which is good for a
Marjorie's
nurse
question,
because alcohol is cleaning.
the answer is yes, Marjorie. Marjorie just sent me a direct message, and the answer is yes.
She's gonna kill us all.
Still yelling, May? Oh.
Do you want me to be
Yep.
Mabel, or are you gonna be Mabel?
I'm gonna be Mabel.
Okay, excellent.
Dance around that answer. I'm
Thank you.
I'm gonna be Mabel.
All right, Mabel.
I am Mabel. So what are you doing, Henrietta? That room must be getting close to being ready.
I have just finished getting the room ready, and I've once again made sure I'm feeling confident about my appearance, and I am headed downstairs to make everyone their very delicious hot meal that they're guaranteed with their payment. So I'm headed to the kitchen to make a very lackluster porridge oatmeal of sorts. It's going to be gelatinous, it's going to be flavorless, and it will be burnt. And I'm going to try... like, I put all kinds of stuff in it, and at first it smells really good. It's going to give you the impression you might not hate it, but it's going to be really shitty, and I'm going to make a lot of it. And I'm going to love it.
Okay, I'm gonna need Marjorie and Henrietta to roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Oh,
It honestly
okay.
sounds like she's making gruel.
Excuse me. 7.
12.
12. Marjorie, you hear somebody coming towards the kitchen, which you are currently in,
Who's there?
and
I have a
Henrietta,
stick.
you come around the corner and you see Marjorie holding the bottle of wine that you had previously opened.
What's,
The open bottle.
Hi.
what's going on?
I got thirsty. I'm sorry. I'll put the top back on now.
Did you get into some of this wine? Have you been drinking this?
This is the one that was open. You offered it to me earlier. Remember, I poured it for you. What?
Have you shown-
smoking the opium up there? Where you making my room?
Have you shown the other guests the alcohol in the house?
No, you're the only one. You're the only one said no. Come on now, us ladies, we gotta stick together.
Marjorie, you're wasted. I'm at work.
You don't know anything.
Marjorie, go home, you're drunk.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, young lady. Did you fix my room up?
I did. It's at the top of the stairs. Would you like to go see it now before I get started
Yes,
on dinner?
please. Can you show it to me?
All right,
That would be lovely.
let's-
Yes, take my hand, please. You large lady.
Are you taking that bottle of wine with you?
Oh, me? No, I'll set it back down in the kitchen for anybody that wants it. I don't need to drink that swine, that swill.
You know what? Why don't we take this up to your room with you? Why don't? Because then it's out of sight of the guests. You can have this bottle complimentary. I don't need you drinking in front of my guests. I don't want to get in trouble with the law.
If you're gonna give me a bottle, give me a nice one. Okay, you know this is some swill. But give this to the peasants. Give it to the soldier and the little mousy librarian, whatever.
Take your pick. Honestly, take your pick.
Okay. And I go and I pick the most expensive looking old bottle, Columbus 1492.
Yeah, you find a beautiful green. It's a green bottle. It looks like it's been in a fire. It's kind of distorted, and there's no label on it. It looks very expensive. You swirl it around. You see there's not a whole lot of sediment in the bottom of it. It looks.
Yeah,
the cork is just like a bunch of wax.
I can tell though because I'm in the liquor industry. I can tell.
Yeah, you can tell that whatever it is, you're not 100% sure if it's wine, but what you know is it's alcohol, and it is going to be old, and it is.
And I can sell it for a lot of money. I mean, drink it tonight and get drunk. All right.
All right. Do you want
this old lady? Help me up to the. Let me see what I'm working with here.
Okay, let me take the.
Before we enter into the room, I'd like to call break at this point.
Okay.
Please.
I gotta pee again. I'm laughing so
This is
hard.
where we're gonna call break.
All right.
Because the room is entering into the next sort of
The attic, yeah.
things.
We're
All right.
to the attic.
Yeah.
Well,
They are
everyone,
heading
we'll be
up the stairs
back in
to
like
the attic.
15.
Yeah, 15.
15-ish.
So at
Ish.
3 o'clock-ish. Give or take.
Three-ish.
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah, you
Okay, we back down.
Okay, because we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purchases of Sing Mode. We hate you all.
Yes.
Folks, here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie coocher. She was rough as tough as frail, but Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Hidey, 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 hidey.
Howdy, 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 hi.
Odie,
Odie, odie, odie, odie.
Heedy, 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 heedy.
Heedy, 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 heedy.
You're welcome.
Hidey, ho.
Howdy, 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 ho.
She messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him though he was cokey. He took her down to Chinatown and showed her how to kick the gong around. Hidey, 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 hidey.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
Whoa.
Odi, 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 oh.
Ooh.
Hidey, hidey, ho.
Odi, odi, oh.
Alright, I think that's enough. I think that's
You're welcome.
Your fault.
You're welcome.
Most ridiculous
Wait,
ever.
Encore? Encore.
Oh god, no.
That is the DnD² cover of Minnie the Moocher.
You're welcome.
Encore.
If we're
Ideas.
maybe we'll record it for real for you guys. Anybody want Minnie the Moocher as sung by Dylan Rune?
Yes.
With the backup singers being the rest of the DnD².
Yes.
Finally, everyone else is coming to my squad.
Yeah, everybody's
New album coming out.
Yeah.
To be announced.
The song DnD².
Oh my god.
Featuring the karaoke stylings. I actually went to karaoke last night and I sang James Blunt and I got a standing ovation
Amazing.
from two British guys at Scott's Corner. And
Of course.
I'm pretty sure they were a couple because like they were
Aw.
drinking red wine together and they were just sitting together. They were adorable.
Aw.
Oh, they were drunk and had hots for you as a third.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's adorable.
Is that why you're so loose?
My life is brilliant. My life is
Oh
brilliant.
my god.
My life is
Wow.
pure. I saw an angel. Of this I'm sure. She was on a subway. She was with another man. Yeah, that's my James Blunt.
Digging it.
Digging it. All right. Yeah. So let's go back instead of James Blunt a little bit before the year Minnie the Moocher came out, which was 1931. Let's go back a few more years to the early 1920s. No actual set year, because why bother? And we are back in Innsmouth. We have Henrietta and the Lady Marjorie heading up to the third floor. We have the doctor who is just sneaking around, making notes and checking out the photos. We have
Sneaky, sneaky
two
doctor.
unconscious members, and we have
Yup.
Mary sneaking around the house as well, just picking locks and trying to get a feel for what's going on.
This picking locks, more just breaking them.
Yeah, that lock is broken. You used a knife. It's not a subtle way of picking.
That's why I just kept walking.
You come into my home, you break my locks.
You haven't
Hey,
seen one.
I gave you a whole $1.
Technically,
Actually-
your sister did.
I get.
Technically, you gave me nothing.
Yes, but you did. I gave you the $1.
So things have been pretty lighthearted so far, aside from two people being knocked on.
I was gonna say, lighthearted my ass. I'm not even conscious right now.
Yeah, well, the good news is, you are coming too.
Oh, good.
You are coming too. You can't really move. You're tied up to a stake.
I was gonna say
a-
kinky until that happened.
Yeah, you're kind of tied up to a stake.
Not liking those odds.
You glance around the room. It's very dark, but it is candlelit.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a few moments for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, but you do notice across from you, tied on a stake as well, is Jeremy,
Hey, company.
English soldier.
Soldier boy.
You see a lot of Jeremy as he is stripped completely naked. His
Oh.
hands are tied to a stake
Am
above.
I?
Just
Or am
like
I
this.
still clothed?
Hey man, hold on. We're getting to it. His hands are up above like this. His feet are tied, and he is unconscious. As you continue to look around, you notice you are actually tied up the exact same way, also completely naked. Your hands are tied above you to this wooden stake, and your feet are
Awesome.
tied to it as well.
Wow. Does she check out his fonts? I love that word.
What are you?
God.
What are you doing?
Check
What
out
are you
his
doing,
fonts.
Liz?
Oh god. She kind of quietly, kind of loud, like, Jeremy, are you awake?
Excuse me.
Jeremy, that's your name, right? Please wake up. Are you awake?
Jeremy, give me a roll of a d20.
12.
Yeah, you start coming to. You hear this. You're dreaming of a life with a wife and a kid, and in your dream, your wife is calling your name in the distance, and that voice slowly morphs from a lovely English woman's voice to the crass American accent of Elizabeth. And you come to, and you see across from you Elizabeth, naked as the day she was born.
You see Elizabeth, a lot of
Hands
Elizabeth.
above you, hands above her, feet tied up. And that's when you notice you are just as naked and just as tied up.
Hot. Continue.
Yes. Yes, please, DM, continue. Shut up, Jeremy.
We appear to be in a spot of bother here.
Just a bit. Do you remember any? How did you get here?
I walked into the town, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up here.
I had the same experience. I was in town. I was trying to get to that strange church, but there was this man out there. It sounded like he was dragging his foot, and something was seriously wrong. So I hid from him, but then all of a sudden I was knocked out. Did you hear children?
Where do you think we are?
Oh, I hope we haven't gone too far. I mean, the hostel does close at 11. I'd rather not be stuck out overnight in this town. Especially like this.
Yeah.
Jeremy immediately starts looking at the ties and the
Our reservations!
I couldn't remember what it was called! Boarding house! Boarding house!
I almost lost it. It's just like, I gotta get back to the hostel. Like, what?
My reservation is for
Tell me
7.
now. I've got a curfew.
Boarding house! She doesn't have her priorities right, come on. She chased a book
I'll come back.
into the street and then went wandering.
Can both of you give me a roll of a d20?
14.
14.
12.
12. You both hear footsteps coming up towards you.
You said our legs are tied. Are they like tied to something, or do we have movement of our legs?
They are tied to the stake you are tied up on.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeremy's going to check out the binds and everything else and see, test them out and check out what he can see of the room.
Yeah, they feel pretty tight. Whoever tied you up definitely knows their way around roping and on.
Hot.
This is not helping.
Serious situation.
Yeah, you're both tied up,
what's
naked. That's
Yeah,
hot.
the footsteps get closer and closer. And Jeremy, you recognize the woman who walks into the room.
Woman.
She looks very familiar to somebody from your past. An American nurse. However, her eyes
nurse.
her eyes appear to be a little bit more protruded than you remember. Her smile seems a little wider. Her lips look a little bit more full.
Oh.
She's wearing a long robe like dress that's hiding her body from you, but you do recognize her. She appears to be the nurse you had an affair with during the Great War.
Hot.
The one who wrote to you saying that you have a son.
Extra hot. Oh wait, no.
I'm frozen.
Sorry.
Yes, you are.
That's a great
pose.
I have no idea what's
thank
happening.
goodness it's you.
Oh, it's working again.
I've missed you.
Oh, there you go.
I've missed you too.
I'm
Oh.
so glad you came.
I got your letter.
Because you had a choice.
Yeah.
And she reaches her hands out towards you, and you notice that they are slightly webbed.
Oh.
You didn't notice that before. This is something new.
That felt good.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. It's new.
It's new, and
Isn't it?
touches your face with it, and her hands feel cold
Oh.
and almost scaly.
Okay.
Yeah, no longer so hot.
Yeah.
Oof.
Has something happened to you?
Oh,
Oh.
it's what would always happen. I'm so glad you're here. You're gonna serve such a wonderful purpose.
Excellent.
What's happening? Why are we here?
What purpose would that be?
Give me a roll of a d20.
Ah.
Who?
Jeremy. 16.
Thing.
She pulls out a knife with her other hand, and she begins cutting you. Starting at just underneath your neck and bringing that knife down, just cutting into the skin just enough that it hurts, but it's not getting into the muscle. It's literally with surgical precision almost.
Oh, delicious.
Running it down your body.
What do you think
Liz
you're doing?
screams and like begs, like, please, there's no need to hurt him. Please stop.
Roll a d20 for me, Liz.
14.
You startle her, and she drops that scream just as enough to startle her, and she drops the knife, and she turns around and looks at you, and hisses like a scream, and you notice her teeth aren't human teeth. They kind of look sharp, almost pointed, like definitely not something. It's a very off-putting look.
Because I'd read that old book, do I have any idea of what she is, or does she seem familiar according to the book?
It makes you think of a myth of the Deep Ones, a race of fish people who live deep under the ocean. Almost like the lost city of Atlantis if they evolved to live underwater.
Okay.
But that's just myth. That's a myth. That can't be. It's not real. It's a story. It's make believe. None of it is real. And the sheep drops the knife.
Still now.
She picks and she hisses and she leaves the room, and you hear her yell. The other one's awake also.
Oh, whoops.
So, Jeremy, you are bleeding. The cut is from about here, right kind of where, your throat meets your rib cage. What is that called? Your sternum?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right at your sternum. All the way down to your belly button is just this bleeding gash. But at your feet is a knife.
Okay.
See, and this is why people need monkey toes like what I have.
Yeah, that's it.
It's true.
Grab the knife.
That's why hypermobility is a thing.
Yep.
So, legs are tied to something, did you say, or?
Yeah, they're tied to the wooden stake, but you do have a little bit of movement. You think if you could just stretch just that little bit, you might be able to rub that rope on your feet against that knife that's sitting on that floor.
Rub it vigorously.
Obviously, as an exile,
Soldier boy.
he's going to try and
Soldier
escape.
boy.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You're
Shooting all
no
that.
you're no
Rub it
stranger
high.
of being tied up. I mean, in the war, you've seen some things, and I mean, only you know for sure if you were ever a POW. So give us a roll with advantage.
15.
15. Yeah, you managed to free your feet, and so your feet, you just cut just enough of that rope that you're able to, spread your legs and just pop that binding. Looking up, you realize that with your feet free, you're actually able to kind of shimmy up and get your hands up and over that stake with a little bit of a hop. It's gonna hurt when you fall forward because your hands are tied, but you should be able to free yourself.
Okay.
Let's get another roll with advantage as well.
Oh, that was a nat 20.
And 20, yeah, you actually don't even fall on your face. You do this little hop and you swing your hands up and over that stake, and the nail or whatever that rope was tied up on is free. You're still bound, and you take that knife and you kind of do the thing. You're sitting on this cold, wet, damp ground, naked, but you manage to free yourself. So you are completely free of the binds that tied you. There's a knife on the ground in front of you, and Liz is tied up in front of you.
Okay, I'm assuming Liz will be saying, come and untie me at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Please.
go over. I'm gonna go over and cut the ropes on her hands and on her feet.
Oh, thank you so much.
So much opportunity you had. Sorry, go ahead.
He's an officer and a gentleman, I have you know.
Yes, this is true.
So you two are now free in some sort of sub-basement. There's the walls are covered in niter. There's water dripping from the stonework overhead.
Jeremy would start looking immediately for a way out.
Yeah, so does Liz.
There only appears to be the one doorway, which
And
is
there's
the
no,
doorway.
like, little windows or anything like that
No
for us to see out
windows.
of?
There's just a couple of candles to give light. there's these stakes, there's some old barrels and stuff that have been broken open.
Is there
A lot
anything
of
in the
wood-
barrels? Anything useful?
Nothing that appears useful. The wood is very water damaged. But give me a roll of a d20. Let's see if you guys can find anything of use.
11.
11. You do find some tunics.
Oh, sweet. She pulls that
They're-
on.
They're damp, a little moldy. They've probably been down there for years in this dank sub basement of.
Yeah, but I'm not running
something.
around naked and in the 20s. Like, you kind of covered up a little bit. So Liz pulls one on and offers one to Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm going to put one on as well.
And then, as I said, there's only the one door out of there.
Jeremy turns to Elizabeth and says, I think we need to. Can we get the stakes out? Can we actually remove the stakes, or?
No, they're kind of like the they look like almost structural beams of whatever room you're in.
Is it a wooden
Not
door or is it like a heavier stone door or something like that?
It's a wooden door. It's a wooden door made of rough-hewn planks.
And the locking mechanism is just like a.
There
Is it
is
open-
no
is it
lock
open-
on that door.
Is it open or closed? At the
It's
moment?
closed, but there's no lock on it. It is literally just the handle and it swings. It doesn't even look like there's a catch for the door.
We could possibly walk right out of here. Should we?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing we can use as a weapon just in case. Because
With the knife.
who? Oh, that's right, the knife. Who was that woman? She knew you, but she was very odd. It reminded me actually of a myth, but I mean, it's a myth.
Yeah, she's not the woman I remember at all. She's oh, let's just say she was a little dalliance of mine back in the Great War, and I think I may have a son somewhere.
Oh. Oh my, in this horrid town. Oof.
And she's the mother, but she's certainly
course.
not what I remember at all.
When she hissed at me, she had the most awful teeth. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like that on a human.
I think we could see whether we. Think we
From
could see
deep
whether
in
we
the
could-
bowels of the
get
building,
out
you
of
hear
here.
a billowing noise coming from below.
All natural sound effects.
Yep. I think we should go. She didn't seem to like that I was still awake, so maybe we should get out of here as quickly as possible.
Yes, I think we should. Tally ho, let's get out of here.
You swing open the door to that room, and you notice there's a staircase going up and a staircase going down, almost like this room is an offshoot of a long spiral staircase.
If the noise is coming from below, I think we should be
Go the
heading up.
Yes, go the opposite way. I agree.
The staircase is dark. It's wet.
Oh, can I grab one of the candles?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you've got a candle in your hand.
So we have a little
Doesn't
bit of light
change.
on the way up?
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that it is still very dark and very wet as you slowly make your way up that staircase. Let's jump back to the hostel.
Sorry.
Henrietta,
I'm very gaseous.
yeah, Henrietta and Lady Marjorie are heading up the staircase to the third floor, the attic.
Anyway, Marjorie, darling. Okay, so what we need to understand here is that Mabel is very particular about her things, and I'm gonna need your absolute promise, swear up and down, that you're gonna be on your tip-top behavior when we get through this door.
Whatever you don't worry.
I'm just, okay, how about, well, we're carrying a lot right now, and I'm a bit worried, so how about I take this bottle of wine, and you continue carrying your bag, and just, you go on up ahead of
You gave
me.
this to me, darling. You gave this to me.
Okay, then- Then give me your bag. I see us falling.
No,
You're not very well balanced. There's a lot
I
of
have my
stairs.
cane, and I have my dignity. You don't need to tell me what's what. I'll go say hi to Mabel. I won't touch his stuff. Okay? Okay. Thank you for the room. Here's another $1. You can go say hi and make some food for other people.
So is Marjorie literally walking up the stairs with her suitcase, this bottle of wine, and her cane?
I don't remember bringing a suitcase, but
You don't have anything? So you're not traveling with anything that you left in your room?
a small handbag.
Okay, so you have your handbag, your bottle of wine, and a cane?
Yes.
Okay.
The
and
bottle of wine is kind of not leaking. It's hanging out of the handbag, and then I'm using my cane with my other hand. And
Okay.
I can loop it on my arm and grab the wall or whatever to get up the stairs. But what is this, an attic or what, Henrietta? Before you leave, what am I walking into here?
So we're
You're
going...
just saying, be careful and don't touch this shit. You expected me to walk in here? I'm an old lady.
We're gonna go all the way up the stairs. Just follow... Would you like me to lead, or do you want to keep going?
Yes, please.
Alright,
Yes,
follow
yes,
me. So we're gonna go all the way up the stairs. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna keep looking back because it's taking her a minute. And there's a lot of stairs. And as Henrietta gets to the top, she's gonna turn around. Marjorie's gonna be a few steps from there, and I am going to push hard. I'm gonna push that bitch down the stairs.
No, you stupid son.
Both of
No.
you. Both of you give me a roll. Henrietta with advantage. Henrietta with advantage. Lady Marjorie with disadvantage because of your handicap.
Oh, 18.
I'm not gonna beat that.
What the
3.
shit? Oh God!
You go tumbling, and it is a lot of stairs. You basically are rolling down. Dr. Bailey and Mary, give me a roll of a d20, please.
I need a me.
As Marjorie, after I push her, as she falls, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, Marjorie, careful!
Wow.
Oh, someone come help us! It seems Marjorie's falling down the stairs."
I got a
Is that
14.
theatrical?
Pardon me?
Is it that fake and theatrical?
Almost. It's better than that. It's more believable than that.
I rolled a 15, by the way.
15? Yeah, so you
14.
are instantly alerted. You both are instantly alerted to this noise. It's not like you guys were distracted. You hear a loud tumbling noise, the sound of smashing glass, and Lady Marjorie is at the bottom of a deep and long staircase, just blood dripping, just pooling underneath her head.
I'm gonna grab my go bag and like run towards wherever I heard the noise come from.
So Mary doesn't have a medical bag prepared, but she does have her knife still, and so she also dashes over to where the noise came from. And is Lady Marjorie still conscious?
No, Lady Marjorie is.
Could she have pointed her cane before she fell unconscious?
If you were trying to point your cane, there's just as much of an equal chance of you impaling yourself with your cane. Would you like to roll?
No.
And
No.
as Henrietta is coming down the stairs very carefully, and making a big show about how careful you have to be on these stairs, this is why I tell guests we can't go up to the attic. You know, these old stairs, I keep saying I'm gonna have them replaced, and is that wine? She had wine in her bag. She must have been drunk. That old hag. No wonder she was so mouthy. Can you believe the nerve on that woman?
So I'm gonna. Well, wait. Did Mary get to like the scene before I did, or did we get there around the same time?
You guys basically at the same time. You guys were around the same area in the house at the time of the noise.
So I would have noticed that Mary came in around the same time as me, because she is carrying a knife, so I don't want to assume that she did this.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is carrying a knife, but you know she was on the main floor because you saw her breaking in, and this is all kind of happening very quickly, right? It's not like
Okay.
there was a lot of downtime in between.
Alright, I'm gonna address the patient. I'm gonna, like, try and help out.
You know, there is.
I think that Mary's medical training is going to kick in as well, and while she's not as skilled as the doctor, she can help stabilize.
Yeah, she is a nurse.
Hello, nurse.
So, if she got a head wound, she might use whatever cloth is available to, staunch the bleeding. Do the whole movie trick of stripping off the bottom of her skirt or something like that. Her stress will slowly get shorter and shorter as the movie goes on.
Hot.
Yes.
Well, I'm not gonna stop her even though I have gauze, so because obviously more knee. Hello.
The kneecaps.
Right? Hello, kneecaps. Don't forget them ankles.
Yeah. As a doctor, I would like to say that blouse material is far more absorbent. Definitely get some off the top.
Ironically enough, in the 20s, actually, skirts were starting to get about knee length, so it's actually going to be more than just your ankles showing.
Hot.
Ankles.
I get ankles and knees?
Oh.
It's a good day.
Sweet. I'm gonna definitely check out Nurse Mary while patching up the patient over here.
Catch up the patient first.
Give me a roll at a disadvantage to see how well you're doing at patching up, because you are distracted by the nurse.
Oh, a disadvantage from
God.
being fucking
Roll your
distracted
dice.
by hotness. Damn. Okay, 15 and 7. Oh, ooh.
And this is why you're in a shitty boarding house.
Yeah, you are not doing a great job at patching him
Fuck.
or her.
Sorry.
Back up.
Did you see them knees though?
Seriously.
Henrietta, what are you doing?
I'm going to be letting them do their medical thing, and then I'm going to suggest very politely that perhaps we move Marjorie from the bottom of the stairs to one of the other rooms so that we can address the wounds there and or give Marjorie some privacy. What do we think, friends? Should we move her?
Am I able to stop the bleeding?
Give me a roll of a d20.
She's still breathing and shit, so I feel like she can move. Oh wait, we're back in the 20s. We know nothing about moving patients that fell downstairs worried about neck injuries. Yeah, let's move her.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Let's put her in a room.
This isn't the 1800s. We have a little bit of modern medical science now.
Let's
Stabilize, why stabilize? And just sling her over your shoulder.
No
for
neck
downstairs.
braces. We don't think about these things in the 20s.
Probably.
All right, toss
Let's,
it in the
like,
bed. She'll
bandage
be
her up.
fine.
She's still alive, so let's pick her up and move her to a room so she can heal.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys managed to get her onto the bed, that lumpy bed that was in that original room. You do manage to stop the bleeding, and
I'm a
she does
doctor
seem
after
stable.
all.
She does seem stable, just unconscious.
So Mary, when she's finished getting Miss Marjorie onto her bed, she's gonna go back to where she fell to pick up the knife that she left on the floor.
Okay.
And is she alone right now?
Who?
Mary?
Mary?
Yeah.
She's in the hallway.
Is she like out of
The
sight?
staircase. No, it's the same hallway that kind of connects all those rooms, and with the staircase going up at the end of the hallway. Very similar to how the staircase going down into the basement is at the end of the hallway on the main floor.
But I mean, like, is Henrietta and Dr. What's his face
So-
in the other room right now?
They
What-
are in the other room, but they are within earshot, and they could very well leave at any moment.
I'm gonna
depending
start
on their own
cleaning.
choices.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna start
she's gonna
cleaning up
just
that
tuck her-
mess.
tuck her knife somewhere and go back to her room, expecting to see her sister. And she's gonna come back out and talk to Henrietta. Actually, like, excuse me, have you seen Elizabeth?
Refresh my memory, love. Who is that?
My sister. Looks like me.
Oh, the one who paid me. No, not since that. No. Do you mind being a doll and just holding this for a sec? And I'm just gonna hand you some of the broken pieces of glass while I'm just picking them up from the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. Give me both of you. Give me a roll of a d20.
20. Natural.
Damn.
16.
Yeah. You notice in the pieces of glass that she's scooping up and giving to you, one of those pieces of glass is the end of the bottle. The wax seal is still on, covering the cork.
Okay. So she's holding out her hand, letting Henrietta put the glass pieces in. She kind of, once it's all done, holds up her hand close to her eyes, and looks at it a couple different angles, and turns to Henrietta. Is like, so she fell down the stairs, right?
You know what? I was in front of her. I heard a strange sound, and next thing I know, she was on her way to the bottom of the stairs. I offered to help her with her things, and she made several comments about dignity, and I mean, she was determined to sleep on another mattress.
So, I will admit quietly to Henrietta that, we've all done dark things. I have arranged for somebody to be removed that annoyed me.
Hmm?
So, if perhaps you can give me back my sister's $2, I will keep quiet about this.
Keep quiet about what, love? The fact that you just told me you arranged to have somebody removed?
The fact that you pushed her down the stairs.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I didn't, so I'm not really sure what I'd have to ask you to be quiet about.
She pulls out the knife.
Now, I guess I didn't get into that when I was talking house rules, but that's a big no-no. I'm gonna have to ask you to hand that over, please.
All right, I'm gonna hand it over. She shoves it into her stomach.
You attempt to shove it into her stomach. Please give me a roll of a d20.
Who? Which one of us?
What the shit?
I feel like we're playing Clue right now.
So what?
Who's getting beaten with a candlestick?
16!
What the shit?
Alright, and Mary, what was your roll?
18.
18. That knife does go into the stomach of Henrietta. Henrietta, there's a knife in your stomach. What do you plan to do?
What's happening?
I know. I'm like, talk about a house guest. First you break into my basement, now you stab me in the abdomen. Like, my goodness, your sister is an animal. Oh, you did. You tried to extort me too. You're right. Breaking entry, extortion, and then assault. Attempted murder. I like this. Your sister is an animal.
I see that. The stomach and her sword in her stomach. I like you.
I'm gonna take definitely because I wasn't phased when the knife came out either. So I'm gonna take a moment, look at it. I'm gonna look up at Mary in the face, and I'm gonna yell Mabel's name as loudly as I did when I first came in, but with a lot more urgency. And I am going to, without breaking eye contact, pull the knife out of my stomach and quite calmly say, "You should not have done that."
So you now have the knife in your hand, Henrietta. You have yelled out.
What?
Sorry.
Well, because you pulled the knife out of her stomach, right?
I just pulled it out of my stomach, which isn't a good move, right?
No.
That's bad.
You are.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
No, it's all good. Henrietta, you are bleeding, and I want to know with that scream of Mabel what Bailey is going to do.
I'm going to make sure this broad is alright. And then I'm going to grab my bag real quick because it sounds like urgency. And I'm going to hustle my way with my bag over to the yelling.
Yeah, you as you step out of that room and you turn, you see Henrietta, holding her stomach with one hand, blood coming out of it. She's got a knife in her hand that's bloody, and Mary standing in front. And you hear a door slam open from upstairs. And it
Fuck!
sounds...
There's a lot going on! Okay, there's a hot chick nurse who clearly stabbed crazy boarding lady who's bleeding, and then there's something happening upstairs, and well, nobody's screaming upstairs, so it's a noise. So I'm gonna ignore noise and ask Henrietta, do you need help? I need to help you. What happened? What the hell?
She stabbed me for no reason as I fall over now because I'm not in great shape, so I'm falling and she stabbed me.
The fuck? What the fuck is happening in this house? So I'm gonna start helping Henrietta, obviously ignoring all the crazy criminal activity because life first.
Mary, this is a side of you I've never seen.
I have no idea. This whole house is crazy, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna work on her vigorously, and I'm just gonna ignore the fact that hot nurse is maybe possibly psycho, but it's also the 20s and ladies be crazy. So I don't know.
You need
Hat pin,
you're suffering
crazy
from
and all.
hysteria. You need a good round of vibrations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Step into my masturbatorium.
yeah, basically.
That's what I call my
I
house.
wish it was that.
Legit ladies be psychotic, but I'm more worried about just saving lives.
So from you're crouched over this woman now, who's bleeding out in front of the steps where the other woman was bleeding out previously.
A lot of blood in this
Or
spot.
staircase.
Yeah, right by the staircase.
Murder
Mary,
stairs.
Mary,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
So I still have the glass in my hand. I'm gonna point to Henrietta and just shriek out. She tried to kill Ms. Marjorie. She broke this bottle over her head and she hold out the glass shards. And then she threatened me.
I'm gonna.
Let her die.
Let
The
her
police can
die.
deal with her, but I have to save her life.
Who hurt you?
At least we play the bitchy characters. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, this is amazing!
Losing it.
Oh my god.
Coming down the stairs, there is a woman who is wearing a very large and long robe. You can't see her, like a very long bathrobe type, or nightgown, I guess would be a better way of wording it. You can't see her hands, you can't see her feet, and it's almost as if she is floating down the stairs, but she is the most beautiful looking woman you have ever seen in your life. It is Mabel.
Hello.
She- She speaks extremely softly. Her skin is like porcelain pale. Just these long, soft curls of like wavy black hair that goes down into her midsection, and she looks down at Henrietta and she says in a very soft voice, "What happened?"
I'm not really sure what happened.
Mabel,
I'm just trying to fix her.
help me. Mabel, that one. She stabbed me.
Oh, phew, she didn't point me. I was like, oh no.
The other one's already in a room. She's unconscious. But this one, she stabbed me, Mabel.
I'm just gonna keep fixing, and I'm just like, I don't want any part of the fucking crazy lady business. I just want to fix the crazy lady.
Slides past the body on the ground towards Mary, and it reaches her arm out. Mary, what are you?
Mary, run!
Mary's gonna step away as far as she can.
Yeah. Back away. Homer into the bush.
Yeah, you're backing up. Are you keeping eye contact, or are you turning?
Keeping an eye contact.
Yeah, so you're shifting backwards as she reaches out of the darkness of her sleeve. A tentacle stretches out and starts like it's close to you. It is like the arm, like imagine a person reaching out to grab you, and you know that's how far the sleeves are. Like you just shied away from that, but this tentacle comes out and wraps around your neck and is just applying pressure. Bailey,
I'm not
give me
looking up yet.
Yeah, you are not looking up. Your nose is like you are right smack dab into like.
I'm just trying to patch up her stomach.
Yeah, you've got needle and thread out. You've got your scalpel. You've opened up the wound. You're trying to patch up the internal bleeding that's happening.
I do hear the choking behind me, but I definitely don't want to address it because it's wound.
Yeah, save her. Don't save the old lady with the fucking
The old
wound to
lady's
the
stable.
head.
We've already
I
covered
stabilized you.
She was looking at the knees. She's looking at the knees.
Why? I guess it could have done a better job, but knees, hello.
Yeah, and that tentacle is just applying more and more pressure to your neck.
I guess Mary will try to pry it off.
Okay, give me a roll of a D20, please. Let's see how successful you are.
Not very. I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, not very successful at all. That pressure is more and more, and just like an actual octopus tentacle, maybe it's a squid tentacle. I can't remember which one has the little the suckers.
Octopus.
Yeah, that it starts.
Why
to,
is it
you
only the
feel
women answered that one?
burning? You start getting this burning sensation around your neck as well, and it's just getting tighter and tighter. And
is the actual creature that is attached to the tentacle within striking distance?
Yeah, you could probably make a swing at Mabel.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hit her in the head.
Yeah, give me a roll.
That worked even less. 4.
Yeah, you attempt
no.
to strike at her head, and you miss, but you manage to grab a hold of the robe itself that she currently has on. So you have a hold of her robe.
Rip her fucking clothes off. Sorry.
That was my first instinct is trying
Yes,
to throw off.
Pedro.
Yeah. Give me another roll. Give me another roll.
There's so much nudity in this one. What's going on?
I don't know, but I'm
Why are
enjoying.
you like this?
I got knees. I'm happy.
Whoa!
Yeah, you rip at this robe, and it tears quite easily.
Can't get it off your neck. Can't hit it, but you can strip a bitch.
Yeah. Hey.
Underneath the robes, there's no human body. It is a literal mess of tentacles, all squirming like a pit of worms.
Ew.
And as two more of the tentacles from this quivering mass, it's like a mass of tentacles with a human head.
Yeah.
Two more reach out and just start applying pressure, one to your midsection, another one wrapped around your leg, pulling you. It feels like you're being ripped in two.
I'm so happy I'm not paying
Make
attention.
any noises at all?
the most you can do is every time you breathe
So
out.
basically, I can't hear shit.
Every
I'm just
time
like,
you breathe out, the tentacles just get a little bit tighter. No different than a boa constrictor.
I don't know what my options are at this point.
You don't have the knife in hand or anything? Oh no.
I've got the
It's-
knife.
it's on the
That's right.
floor.
Henrietta's got the knife.
Henrietta's got it.
I'm licking my own
I'll
blood
lick it.
off of it right now.
While
Oh!
the facing her, completely oblivious.
Yep.
Uh,
You don't have like a hat pin or something? Because you did mention you had a hat.
Ironically enough, I forgot about that. Would I? Yeah, I guess I would have a pin for my hat. All right, I take the pin and stab it into the tentacle around my neck.
All right, give me a roll. This is gonna dictate. This is your life or death throw. Right now.
It feels a little metagame.
Yeah, no pressure.
Shadow's not here, but no, lots of pressure. That's the problem.
Yeah.
like so much I can't hear her choking.
That's
Yeah.
why you need to get some dice, and it makes it funner.
These
Definitely
virtual
button.
dice hate me. 5.
Yeah, you stab into the arm, and this black
Ew.
blood starts pouring out from the wound, but it's just too little, too late. As you stab in, the one tentacle that has a hold of your leg just rips and pulls your leg off. The one in your midsection finally
Ugh.
just squeezes enough as blood coughs out of your mouth.
No.
You slump to the ground, missing a leg, dead.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry, Mabel.
You definitely heard the splatter.
I definitely heard that.
I have a funny feeling you would have heard a leg getting ripped off.
Yeah,
That's like
so like,
crack.
Yeah.
I really don't want to do this, but I'm gonna turn around and
I'm still
look.
am I still conscious? Am I
You're still conscious, but you're still bleeding.
Okay. How patched am I?
Not that patched yet.
Okay.
You gotta
I'm gonna-
remember, this has only been like a minute.
How close am I to the doctor?
The doctor is kneeling right over top of you,
Okay.
and his hands are literally inside you, stitching like internal organs.
Yeah.
Sup, Doc?
Sup?
You're inside me right now.
I'm unfortunately gonna pause just for a brief second to look over my shoulder. Do I see anything over my shoulder?
Yeah, you see a mess of tentacles with a human head, a body slumped down on the ground. One of the tentacles has a leg in it, and the head, literally like an owl, just turns right around and is looking at you.
Can I stab the doctor?
Jesus.
I am totally in. I fucking what?
Sorry.
Wow! Doctor, I'm gonna give the doctor a chance to try
Okay.
to save.
Okay.
Save,
Yeah.
save himself. Doctor, what would you say in this situation to not
Fucking
get
murder house.
Try to use your words to save yourself.
I love that. Use your words.
I know. I'm like,
Not so easy now, is it?
ooh, what would I do in this position? Oh fuck, this is a okay, my hands are in her fucking stomach and I'm looking at, nope, this is fucked.
Sorry.
I can save your sister's life if you just let me finish what I'm doing here. I won't say a fucking thing.
I only need a couple more sacrifices and I won't need any more of your help.
I could just let you die here now and you couldn't sacrifice anyone ever.
How long do I have left to live, though, actually? Like, how severe is the stab? Is it an organ?
It is a stomach wound. So as we all know, a stomach wound it can take hours, sometimes days, to fully bleed out.
Plus, also the stomach acids are leaking out into the
Only-
lymph system.
Yeah,
Only if
which
we
can
punctured
cause-
Did we puncture an organ?
That's why the doctor was inside patching up that internal wound. So now it's just the
So we
external wound
okay.
left.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh, so
Yeah, I don't need you anymore, though. So I could literally murder you, Doc. You're gonna have to offer something better than that, or I'm literally just gonna murder you. I will slay you right here.
As a medical professional, I can help you. And help you hide the bodies.
Don't you do it, Doc. Don't you do it.
And as a doctor, I can get you more people. They trust me. I'm a doctor.
Mabel?
Patch my sister up, and I'll think about it.
I'll take it. I'm just gonna keep working.
No, I was going to betray you all.
Well, now that the big reveal of Mabel has happened, let's jump back to the two in the staircase heading up, Jeremy and Elizabeth. You guys make your way up the staircase, and you find yourself in. You open up. There's a door at the very top of the staircase. A wooden door, very similar to the one from before.
Oh, not another door. I guess we have no choice but to go through it if we want out of here.
Suppose so, yes.
Can we hear anything from inside the room?
You hear nothing on the other side of that door.
Open the door very gingerly. Tally ho, tally ho.
He's so British.
You open the door, and you find yourself in what appears to be a church. It's
Oh.
you open the door, and you walk through, and in front of you there is a row of pews. To your side, there is the podium in which a person would stand and recite things. On the wall, there is a strange symbol that Elizabeth instantly recognizes as the symbol of the esoteric Order of Dagon.
Oh, we're here.
Cult from the Philistines, but why is it in some small town in Massachusetts? It makes no sense.
Oh, I wonder if we're in that odd church that was in the middle of town. I could see it from the boarding house. I wonder if that's where we are. Is there anybody in the church? Like, is it completely empty?
Nobody in the church. It looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. Literally, it's covered in dust. Everything. The pews are covered in dust, but it does look like there is a trail that's frequently used. You can see the footprints in the dust just going from the door that you're standing at to the front door of the church, or what you assume to be the front door of the church. So the only thing the church is used for, to the best of your knowledge, is a front for whatever's going on underneath.
Yeah, so we're essentially walking out an entrance, because this is how it seems to be how they get in, I guess. Alright. Oh no. They have our clothes, they have my book. I can't leave yet. I have to find where they've kept my things. I need that book back.
Well, they're clearly not in the church, I don't think, unless they're hidden somewhere, but do you wish to go back downstairs?
Oh, I couldn't ask you to do that. I couldn't. This is an insane journey for my things. I couldn't possibly intrude on you like that to bring you back into possible danger.
they could do is finding my things as well.
I guess we're going back in.
So you guys are gonna make your way back down those long spirally staircases.
Yep.
While that's happening, the doctor has patched up the Henrietta, and Henrietta, now that your reveal of who Mabel is and the talk of sacrifices has been unveiled, you know that the sacrificial areas are in the church. And lucky for you, your basement does have a long spindly way straight to the sub-basement of the church. In behind the large casks, there is a secret door and a path that travels all the way down and
Anubis!
through.
Anubis! Anubis! On your bed.
She chants to the god of the dead as she and Mabel
I caught that.
carry
Good
the
job.
bodies into the basement. The unconscious lady, hold on guys, I'll be right back and we will continue this in just a second.
Stream disrupted by dog.
Mine was for a sec there. I missed so we're carrying things down to the basement, is that what I heard?
Basically, there's your basement's
yeah.
connected to the church sub-basement.
Yeah.
Perfect, okay.
So
Sorry.
it probably connects to where Jeremy
There's
and
a-
Liz are being
yeah.
held.
Excellent, okay. Cool. Sorry.
There's
I
a
didn't-
tunnel. There's a tunnel or something, or a series of tunnels or whatever to the
Yeah.
sub basement of the church.
Okay. I didn't think I missed anything too important. I just didn't. My guy running down the stairs, he's got bad hips.
And you're now carrying all the bodies, all the unconscious bodies down through this
Perfect.
way or whatever.
Uh,
Oh, all the bodies? I didn't hear Miss Margaret.
so I'll just hold down the Twitch chat. I'll just hang out here, guys. Hi.
Not alone, please. You're the only one on camera.
Yola is me. I should have just done a Russian accent today. I would have been able to do that no problem.
Someone's at the door.
Yola, I can make for Russian.
So what's happening?
You finished patching me up, and now we've moved the unconscious bodies to the basement, and there's a tunnel that actually goes to the churches, which is where I have to sacrifice people. And Dylan said he would be right back shortly after Anubis had a moment, so I feel like it was like simultaneous dog anarchy.
Yep.
So I think he stepped off for the same reason. And then Shadow left, so I'm just
Yeah.
holding it down on Twitch. I'm just here.
Absolute dog anarchy. One
Simultaneous.
dog goes barking.
That
Mine
sounds
starts acting up because it could hear it through the headphones.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, someone
No,
knocked
it's
at
all
my
good.
door, so.
Animals be animals. Once everybody gets back, we will continue with the final.
Get up, down,
Uh,
down, down.
I
now
hate you.
So are they
That
carrying
song.
my unconscious body through the corridor?
Yes, they are. They are carrying your unconscious body. The good doctor is following as well, in between, basically
Go.
in front of Mabel, completely scared. Mabel has both you, Lady Marjorie, and the body of Mary, and are heading down this long, kind of like an underground shaft that Henrietta knows goes straight to the very sub basement, or however low it goes, of the church.
How low can you go? How low can you go?
Low enough to sacrifice.
Sorry, I'm just doing a pee-pee dance waiting for the bathroom. I wish I had 2 bathrooms.
Jane's still back in the room.
I went downstairs, I answered the door, and then the cold air made me have to pee-pee, and then when I came upstairs, the bathroom was taken. Sorry. It's okay. I had to pee so bad.
That's accurate, Shadow.
Oh no! Oh no!
You know. Thank you. Just realized.
Also, I just realized I answered my door with a fucking mustache.
Fashion.
Wow.
Awesome.
The best thing about that is that Corey totally let me draw that on her face today. That's like, here, I know what I'm doing.
There we go. Yay.
Did you do Shadow's makeup too?
Yes.
I do other makeups. Shadow's a bit overexposed, but they have very pretty makeup on today, and I really like it. It's pretty.
I know, any like the lights here in this room always make me like extra pale.
And we did 1920s eyebrows.
Yeah, so
I
they're
was supposed to say,
dark
yeah,
and straight.
You kind of glow in the dark in that room. No offense.
Nope, not taken. I know I do. That's why there's all these pretty colors in behind me. Because if they're not, I blend into the white walls. So I get
Literally
it.
only did that backdrop so Shadow wouldn't like blend into my walls.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Doc, get in here.
Yeah.
The good doctor.
Hi, sorry, my bad.
It's okay, I catch.
I got some big booty.
Big booty, big
Got a
guys.
big booty.
So,
This is no problem.
so I'm helping them bring bodies downstairs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Henrietta
Oh no.
moves a shelving unit that has these large casks in this dark basement of the house, and there's a long, almost straight passage going down on a slope. And you guys make your way down this long passage, which opens up to a chamber deep. You can see, you're not sure how deep, but it felt like quite a while you were walking in a kind of downward slope. And there is a giant chamber of stone. Large stone, like cyclopean size stone bricks. And in the center of this cavern is a pit. It's an open pit that goes straight down into some sort of underground lake or ocean. Clearly, you can see the water churning underneath. On the one wall, there are cages. There is flayed human skin on racks.
Oh god.
God.
This kind of reminds me of my buddy's place.
And there is an altar with blood. The altar channel kind of goes down into the pit where there's this small opening on this ring of stone that stops just people from falling in. As the ladies walk in, Henrietta rings a bell, and from chambers off in all directions, you start hearing chanting. Cthulhu Vertagen. The chanting gets louder and louder as people in these red robes start walking in. They have bulging eyes and thick lips and sharp teeth. Some of them have tentacles instead of limbs, all in varying degrees of basically every combination you can think of between man and sea creature is there. There's a man with a hammerhead style. His head looks like a hammerhead shark, and they are all circling around this pit as a couple of the men split off and grab these bodies and start flaying them for Henrietta.
Do I happen to recognize anyone?
You do not recognize anyone.
Oh,
But
thought maybe
you
my
are-
buddy Herbert West was in this room.
No, he is at the Miskatonic, probably trying to animate a head with an arm.
Hi.
The Lady Marjorie, you start coming to.
Oh, my head. Oh.
Yay, Lady Marjorie.
God, where am I?
You
What's going
see,
on?
you see this carnival of horrors in front of you. These monstrous fish people.
Monstrous?
Yeah.
Yes.
Monstrous
Yeah,
fish
they're
people.
monstrosities.
Yeah.
New word.
New word for D&D.
Talking is hard.
Oh,
Talking
the
is hard.
monstrosities. Monstrosities.
Yeah. The talking is hard.
Words.
English is hard.
It is. And so yeah, just a whole bunch of scary, fucked up shit. Well, that's
Still in a
that's normally
tentacle?
how I talk. Yeah, we've got tentacle people. We've got.
I mean, am I wrapped up in a tentacle still, or am I like?
Yeah, you're still wrapped up in a tentacle.
Oh God.
Being carried
Where's
by-
my cane?
Your
Where's
cane
my?
is
Do I have? Ah,
cane is
shit.
nowhere to be seen.
This is hot.
It's a miracle.
Oh
you still
God,
have-
that guy got a shark fucking head. Oh God.
They
What do I
are.
do?
Oh,
Can I use my arms?
You're like.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
Savage.
wrapped up, you're safe, and well, as safe as can be.
Safe
For
as
now.
I can
It's
be.
not like they're trying to fight you. It's not like they're squeezing the life out of you.
You're like a little burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody knows
warm
what it's like to
slimy.
have the life squeezed out of them.
Mabel,
I asked for a new bed and I got a warm slimy tentacle. I don't know what's going on.
This is
Mabel
great.
goes, takes the body of Mary and places her on the altar, where a gentleman comes up. He's got these bulging eyes, and he doesn't really have a lower part of a jaw, as much as it's just like gills. And he's
Oh,
got kind of like a
lovely.
filter feed, like a whale, like for filter feeding.
sick.
So it's like these little things.
Oh, God. That's
And
creepy.
he takes this knife, this golden knife, that looks very similar to the treasure on the photo that Dr. Bailey saw. It looks like gold, but that has been melted and almost forged in water. Very like a lava lamp almost. And he takes that knife and he takes it right at the sternum and just draws it right down Mary, cutting both through the clothing and the flesh. As others come over and just rip the rest of that clothing.
Oh,
They start
God.
peeling that skin
Oh,
back and
no.
off, exposing everything.
Oh, God.
Let's
She doesn't
go
look
to-
good.
My
Let's go
poor
to
sister.
Elizabeth and Jeremy. They're making their way down, and they're hearing this chanting in the distance. And
She's
from
pretty on the inside too, at least.
yeah.
there is the sound of chanting you're hearing, and you see in the distance people wearing very similar robes to that you're currently wearing, but they all have the hoods of the robe up.
Liz takes a hint and flips up her hood, but then she starts just looking for doors anywhere that they might have stashed the clothing and the books and stuff.
You're wandering down, and you don't see any aside from that room you were in, and the staircase just keeps going down into a small little chamber where there's nothing. This is where you're seeing the people come out, because as you peer through the wooden cracks of this wooden door, you see people in red robes circling a pit. You see a large octopus-like thing and carrying bodies, and one gets put on a table, and it looks like they're cutting into it, but you can't make out any of the details.
Once again, does she kind of have a general idea of what's happening, even though according to her it's all myth because of the book?
It's a myth. The best you can come up with is human sacrifice for Dagon.
Oh, God.
But you don't quite understand why there's a giant octopus. That doesn't make any sense. And why are they all robed? And does that guy have tentacles for an arm? you are not mentally. You are having a hard time.
Yeah.
Mentally comprehending this stuff.
In her panic, she like reaches out and grabs Jeremy's arm.
Did Jeremy just scream?
No, that was me. I made the guest yeah.
PTSD. He screamed. So, there you see these robed figures. You're in a very similar robe.
Mm-hmm.
They're entering in from all these different doors. You can see this large chamber underground. There's all these random doors that people are kind of walking into this chamber.
Liz just turns straight to Jeremy and she's, I can't. We need to find the things and get out of here. Something is seriously wrong. I can't bear to look down those stairs any longer.
Where do you think our things might be? I mean, there was nowhere for them to hide them.
I don't know. But they couldn't possibly have them with them. 'Cause I had a book. It was very dear to me and I need to find it. And the thing about that book is I thought it was all myth. But there's things I read in that book that I've been seeing here. There's a human sacrifice downstairs. Your mistress looked like one of the deep ones. I can't. And she's clearly kind of starting to ramble. Like her brain's not quite holding on to everything. And she's starting to get, like, her pitch is getting higher. I can't get my voice to go any higher, it hurts. But, like, even her pitch is going higher to the point that she's very clearly starting to edge towards, like, a panic breakdown.
Hysteria.
Yeah, that's the word. Hysteria.
Jeremy's gonna slap her face.
Damn!
Guys, who's done 20s? Calm down, bitch!
Roll of a d20 with advantage, please.
Knocks the bit rate out.
Yeah, so you slap her and she comes to. She is just like stone cold. It's like instant sobering. This is the situation we're in. She realizes she's in a myth. She realizes that you both are in danger. This whole town, probably, judging by the amount of people now down there, the whole town is likely involved. And you do recognize the realization that, holy shit, that is Henrietta in there.
Oh, damn.
Who are those bodies?
Oh. Yeah, so because she's realizing all this, she grabs him by the lapels of the robe. She's like, it's Henrietta down there. This whole town must be out. We have to get out of here. I need to find my sister. And we need to get her out of here. We need to run. We might be next. That might be what they do at this boarding house is collect sacrifices. But we need to go.
Give me a roll of a d20, please.
10.
Jeremy, you as well?
Okay. Teen.
Something teen. So, Jeremy, you hear from above, coming down the staircase, what sounds like slimy footsteps, along with the chanting, the same chanting that's going on out of that little chamber you're in, into that, coming from the big chamber. You can hear the same chanting, and they're actually in time with each other, which is weird that the people coming up, it's almost as if there's a hive mind. They all are saying the same thing at the same time. Cthulhu Fatagan.
Whereabouts are we in line with the room we were being held in? Or?
No, you're further down.
Okay.
You are at the very bottom of the spiral staircase. There is a small little square room with a door. and that door opens up into that large chamber I described earlier with the cyclopean bricks and the big pit in the middle.
Maybe it's time to blend. Ooh.
And you hear the wet, squishy footsteps from above get closer and closer.
Okay, Jeremy's going to get the knife ready because he's not sure what's going to happen next.
Does Jeremy have his hood up?
Yeah, by this time he's already realised what's going on and put his hood up.
Has Liz
He's gonna,
realized by now that they're coming down the stairs?
Yeah.
She puts her hand on Jeremy's knife hand and kind of pushes it down. She's like, maybe we should just try to blend in with them. I don't think we can take on this entire town.
Smarty pants.
Jeremy slips the knife hand into the sleeve.
And then,
It's
Liz
ready.
just kind of
Ready.
leads forward so the cloak's covering her face.
He's still ready to use it if necessary.
Yeah. Good old soldier boy.
The footsteps are now right there. Like, they are probably just a few feet above you coming down that spiral staircase.
Maybe we should start chanting as well. They might think we're just one of them.
I think so. Maybe we should open the door and head in, act as if we're kind of ahead of them, or should we wait and let them go in ahead, and then we can just kind of go in behind in the group? I don't know
I think
what
perhaps because they're coming down the stairs, we should be in front of them, and they can't go past us, can they? So.
Okay. That's fair. She kind of tucks in close to Jeremy, because obviously she's scared and she's a woman in the 20s, and keeps her head down and kind of pretends to start chanting whatever they're saying.
Yeah. You guys open up that door, and they follow you in, and it's like a perfect progression. You guys blend in seamlessly. You notice on the table, your sister her skin is splayed open. They are taking the knife around the neck and peeling the face.
And she's missing a leg.
Yeah.
There's a small child with the leg. Who's flaying it open.
Lovely.
Nice.
Yeah. Elizabeth
I
just
want to see more of her legs.
The kid with the legs a good little.
Yep.
Jeremy, notice anything familiar about the child?
Yeah, actually. You notice the child has the same hair as your past lover.
Oh no.
Ew.
Your baby's a mass murderer.
Ah!
He's a fish person.
He's a half fish person.
Yeah.
Just almost worse.
He's still a murder baby.
Yep. Liz is kind of hiccuping because she's trying to hold back the shock, the grief, the horror at seeing her sister flayed, and she's like, I gotta act like these guys, so she's just kind of, female noises.
Ah! Female noises.
Jeremy realises
Insert generic female noise here.
There would be there's chances are there's no saving the child at all.
Mm-mm.
And immediately looks for a way out.
There's a whole bunch of doors all around. To the best knowledge you can get, Jeremy, is it reminds you of the sort of network of foxholes from the war.
Foxholes weren't a thing in World War I, they were trenches.
Trenches, thank you for the... Yeah, the trenches with the trenches would all be networked together, and they would have their underground, the buried in the dirt bunkers. My knowledge of World War I battle scenes comes from Blackadder, so bear with me.
I'm forcing a history nerd.
And
Actually, Blackadder's a pretty good look at what happened in a way.
And so just by that you have this the gut feeling that those passages probably are woven throughout the town, and any one of those doors would probably lead to a corridor or a pathway back up to the top. But of course, there is just a ton of these people still filing in. I mean, it's like the entire population of the town is.
Are they
coming into the
filing in
chamber.
from these?
Yeah, from all these doors.
All of them? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Jeremy realises he needs some sort of distraction while he goes and gets to the doorway or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he reaches out and pulls Elizabeth's hood off.
You bastard!
I love everyone keeps betraying everyone. This is great. I love it.
Yeah. I'd like to imagine that Bailey said that out loud in reality. Everybody's betraying everybody. This is great. A whole bunch of the surrounding fishermen turn and they see you and they just instantly grab at Elizabeth and are pulling her. They are ripping the robes off and
damn it.
As she is now being brought towards the altar, her sister is kicked off the altar, and the body kind of rolls and goes into that pit. And after a few seconds, you hear a splash, and with that first splash,
I'm going to hell.
A man steps up to the altar and he's holding a book that looks very similar to the book Elizabeth brought, only it looks older.
Oh, it's not my book.
It's not your book, but it definitely looks like an older version of your book. Has the same writing, it has the same symbols on the front. And he opens it up and begins reading from this book. Dr. Bailey, you recognize this man as the man from the pictures you saw before. He still looks like the same 20-year-old.
The one from the 1850s-ish?
Yes. It is now 1920-something, and he looks unaged. He still looks like a 20-year-old.
Instead of 70.
Instead of 70. He throws off his robe, and he has the same tangled mass of tentacles that Mabel has. As he is reading from this book.
Liz is screaming in panic, in fear, in rage, and she's like kicking and trying to get away.
Yeah, and you are being overpowered.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you are being held down by 7, 8 of these fishmen, tentacles holding your ankles and your arms across. You are.
Yeah, and she's a skinny little thing. She ain't going anywhere.
Insert any hentai.
Yeah, right?
Okay. Everyone else, you're being held down by like 7 dudes and there's tentacles. I was like, I'm taking notes.
Like,
open.
Yeah, this is the shit I'm here for.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying this thoroughly. Continue.
And you are naked still.
Yes.
Yes.
Under that robe. I made it under that robe.
As all this is going on, Jeremy's going to start chanting again and move
bastard.
towards the wall.
You fucker.
One of the doors.
I'm just like studying everything. It's great.
The knife pierces right above your sternum and begins cutting down.
She's just screaming.
You're like, I'm dying and
alive.
screaming.
I've seen this story before.
Oh! She's definitely screaming now.
Ugh.
Definitely screaming.
As you are screaming
Flayed
louder
alive.
and louder, so too is the chanting.
Damn it.
Jeremy, you are inching closer and closer to a door, and as you are inching backwards, give me a roll of a d20.
13.
13?
Yep.
Well, that's an unlucky number, isn't it?
It is now.
Inch back, and as you're walking backwards, you bump into a large, very large man. I mean, you look up at him, and it's an 8-foot tall man with the face of a great white shark. And he.
I'm just picturing Elizabeth just while she's being flayed alive.
He grabs your shoulders and he sniffs. And he can smell the blood from that incision that was given to you from before. And he is holding your shoulders tight. His dew claws are digging into your shoulder blades, and you can feel them pierce through. Give me another roll of a d20 here, Jeremy. Let's see if you can wrestle out of this.
18.
18? Yeah, you elbow back, and you manage to get yourself free from this guy.
No!
You fight to get to the doorway. Another knife now at this stage is cutting Elizabeth just underneath skin as you begin
She's
to
probably
feel
passed out
her
from pain
face
by
out.
now.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, by about this point, she's passed out from shock.
Yeah.
And they finish pulling off the flesh from your body as they
And you did such a nice job on my makeup.
give a little push as your body rolls down and splashes into the icy cold water in the center of that pit.
Oh god, that's 2 of them now.
Marjorie's just like laying there watching everything going on, like,
And the tentacles.
that's another one down.
At least the sisters are together now.
Yeah.
They are.
Lady Marjorie,
Oh god.
Mabel slaps you onto the table.
Oh, hello. How y'all doing? This place has good bones, I can see. Opportunity we had. It's here chanting. Can I chant with you? Yeah.
Let's get a roll of a d20 here. Let's see if you're able to convince them.
Oh my god, yes.
I fucking.
Oh, I rolled the unlucky number, 13.
Yeah, no, they are just disgusted by your attempt at. They feel like you're mocking their religion for that.
Oh shit.
They're not even gonna play you along. They just want you to shut up. So they just take that gold knife and they just stab it right down into your throat.
Oh. Poor Marjorie.
No finesse, is there?
As they
Oh,
begin to play
no!
Marjorie.
Not
She
our
just
Marjorie!
She lets out one last fart, just at the point. To let him know she was there. She's throwing up the altar. She makes a whole mess out of it.
Sorry, I thought it was a 5.
Oh, man.
Lady Marjorie's dead.
R.I.P. Lady Marjorie.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh, that
There
was so
are-
good.
There are more people. There's more than
Oh
fish
my
people coming in. So, Jeremy, you're trying to get out, but the more you try to get to the door, the more people are kind of nudging you towards the center. It is like trying to crowd. You're basically trying to get through a dance floor where everybody wants to get up to the stage, and you're just trying to get to the washrooms at the other end. You know,
I'm going against the flow of traffic.
Yeah, you're going against the flow of traffic, and every so often people are sniffing the air and grabbing at you. As Dr. Bailey, what are you doing?
This guy from the picture. Is he involved in trying to get Jeremy?
No, he is at the very head of the of this room at this altar, and he is reading from this book as everybody around is chanting.
I don't really want to
But-
interrupt what he's doing, but I really want to talk to him because I really like the fact that he hasn't changed age at all.
Yeah.
Think he'd
What
talk
is-
to me if I went to go talk to him?
That is a very good question. Are you gonna try to go talk to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my notebook up to him. See if he'll talk to me. Be like, like
Henrietta has this grin on her face.
I'm like, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but
yeah, he doesn't even hesitate, and he just takes one of his tentacles and he just smacks you with it, and you just go soaring backwards and hit against the wall.
I don't think he wants to talk.
yep, nope.
As he continues to chant with his ritual, Jeremy, you're still trying to swim through this crowd of people. Give me a roll of a d20. And Henrietta, you know what Jeremy looks like. Give me a roll of a d20 as well, because Mabel's gonna roll a d20.
18.
19.
And we have a 17 plus 4. So Mabel does notice that you are trying to get through the crowd, and Mabel manages to wrap herself around you and brings you up towards the altar. The
You only got
body...
one tentacle around me, or
Yeah, she's got one around you, and she's bringing you towards the altar.
I've still got the knife in my hand.
Yes, you do. I know. Let me finish setting the scene first, please. This is good. This is good. I know about the
Just
knife.
checking. I'm just checking.
Yeah, no, it's all good. She brings you up towards the altar, and the body of the Lady Marjorie is kicked down the stairs. As this is happening, the flayed flesh from Mary is draped over top of Henrietta as instead of a robe, she's been given this flayed flesh as the
Beetleskins!
tentacled Obadiah continues to read as Jeremy is placed on the altar. The fish lady from his past makes her way up to him and leans in close. And gives him a kiss. All right, Jeremy, you're up. You've just been kissed by the fish lady from your past.
Gross.
Slipper some tongue, Jer.
Fish lady, fish lady!
Yeah. Right?
Don't cut your tongue.
Them sharp teeth, yeah.
Jeremy's going to try and cut the tentacle off.
Yeah,
with
give
the
me a roll of the old d20.
20.
20?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut that tentacle. It's still wrapped around you, but you manage to you get a lucky slice, and you slice right down on that altar with your free arm, and that tentacle split. Mabel gives out this loud, piercing screech. That actually is loud enough that it wakes up the Dr. Bailey, who was thrown to the wall. Mabel, the black ooze from that wound is just spraying out. It's getting all over you, Jeremy. And the fish lady who kissed you leans in, and she has is attempting to bite you now. She has this row of razor sharp looking teeth, and she is getting ready to chomp down on you.
Jeremy realises that it might be the only way out, might be to jump. Did you say the pit was the water at the bottom of the pit?
Yes, it sounded like things were splashing into the water.
Yeah. So Jeremy realises the only way he might have a chance is to jump into the pit. And does so.
Yeah. Give me a roll of a d20, please.
My dead body's there pointing accusingly at you.
It's just like,
As I go by.
How close am I to anyone?
16. You are in up against the side. You are pretty close to Henrietta and the injured Mabel.
I'm gonna take my scalpel out of my pocket and slit Henrietta's throat.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me a roll of a d20 to see how successful you are. Henrietta, can you also give me a roll of a d20 with advantage because you're in your natural environment?
My soul. No. What is it called?
My soul.
no.
Ghost. My ghost is helping her. With advantage.
Wait, helping me?
I'm just joking. I can't do that. Can't
Oh,
have my ghost
okay.
help me.
So
I got 17.
I got a 12.
is that with advantage? Holy cow!
My ghost did help you.
Yeah.
Ah!
You get up right behind her and you run that scalpel right across her neck.
Right
Oh,
as I'm running up to
sweet.
try and bandage Mabel, because I was running towards Mabel's wounded tentacle. So I'm like, Mabel!
Yeah, Henrietta.
I kind of feel bad.
She, in her last ditch effort, she is bleeding out, and Mabel actually takes her and wraps her tentacles around her in a loving embrace and dives into the water as well. A couple of the large fishermen grab you, Dr. Bailey, and you are now being dragged towards the altar.
Shit.
You are slammed down hard against it, knocking the wind out of your lungs
Oh shit.
as the gold dagger pierces your sternum and begins to drag out towards your navel. The entire party has been killed, or have they? As we
Wait.
know, Jeremy jumped into the
Yeah.
pit.
Did
He's
we?
the only one. He's the final girl again.
We all killed ourselves and each other. Hilarious.
Jeremy, Henrietta, and Mabel all splash into the water below Jeremy a few beats before. The water is cold and black and inky. You can't really see anything in front of your face, but you're able to breathe. The wound across your midsection itches, and it doesn't. You feel different. The black inky water fills your lungs, and you know you should be choking. You know it should burn with salt, and in the distance you see in the water these tentacles reaching up to you. Henrietta, your wound at your neck begins opening, and gills are starting to form almost instantaneously.
Yes!
Balls.
I am a fish people!
Jeremy, you
Oh my god.
you remember things that you didn't think you could. They don't seem real. Dreams from your childhood that you, when you told your parents about it, they said it was a lie. I mean, living on an island such as England, and being born in a coastal town of old repute, you never took any of this stuff as serious. But looking into the eyes of that nurse, and a flood of memories come in, and you realize you're home.
Jeremy is a fish people too?
Yeah, Jeremy was a fisherman too.
No.
There you go, guys. That's the ending.
I love how all of us betrayed one another in some form.
I didn't betray anybody!
Oh, fair. Actually, well, you're right. You're the only one who didn't. The
I'm
rest
the only one who didn't betray anybody!
Which is why you got murdered.
Yeah.
Now,
Elizabeth.
technically, I didn't
You didn't
do anything.
succeed.
I didn't succeed. I did, but nobody knew it. Nobody knew it. I don't know if you told Riley, but if she didn't know, then
I didn't tell her
that's
anything you were
fucking
doing.
worked out
However,
perfectly.
However,
Oh
I am
my
going to put
God.
this out. You poisoned a bottle of wine that was already poisoned.
Yes! I was trying to poison you. Yeah, I messaged Rylan. I was like, please, can I have a bottle of poison wine in the kitchen? And he didn't answer it. I was like, please! Like, answer me!
I was describing the scene. And so I'm like, there's an open bottle of wine with what looks like a glass out of it. That's the poison bottle. That's the one that you, in turn, decided to put more poison in. It just made me laugh.
I knew we were the same.
The poison.
I totally thought we were going to get to
Wow.
dinner. And I
Wow.
to everybody, and then I would know that there's poison.
So the
in there. I
betrayal
had no idea what
started
it was.
at the very beginning.
Yeah,
Wow.
at the very beginning. It's like the first thing.
It started
Except
even.
I said there was a necklace on Henrietta that looked priceless.
Yeah, I
It
didn't want
was
to
just
grab
like,
that,
I'm
but
gonna poison
She
everybody.
pushed me down the stairs. I was like, I did not see that coming.
Technically, the
No.
betrayal started days ago, though, because I was told that my entire character's motivation was to sacrifice everybody to an underwater god. So technically, that was how I entered today.
Oh my!
I'm
Classic.
told by Dylan they had to betray the party. Or not
Everybody.
had to, but could.
Everybody.
I
What?
was
I wasn't. I didn't get that memo. What the shit?
I was only
No, you
told
weren't.
I would
You're
be.
a doctor. You are a
Mary
doctor.
didn't
So
betray.
you are actually the most
So, the
honorable
one-
out of everybody.
I was only
Mary
told
didn't
I could
betray,
betray
she
my
stabbed
sister.
Henrietta.
That's all.
Right?
Yeah, and the so everybody was basically told they to betray, except for the doctor. The doctor was told that they would do anything to figure out the secret of the immortality. Right? That
I
was
was
the.
I was
And,
hoping to
and
make
so
it to
that
dinner
could be
time.
anything. That could be anything.
Dinner never came.
I honestly thought the doctor was going to try to patch up Mabel in order to show that she's one of them. Like, yo, I'll be your familiar.
I was
I
surprised
was not
too.
expecting this scalpel. I was not expecting this scalpel.
I wanted out there. But also, if Buddy was gonna talk to me, then that would have been my end. But then
Yeah.
he
Now,
slapped
he was busy.
me.
He was busy. What? He had a ritual to summon Dagon. He wasn't gonna.
I don't understand this ritual shit. I'm all about science, not magic. Come on now.
To be fair,
science.
this was his first human sacrifice. He didn't know the etiquette yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He's learning. It's like human sacrifices for dummies, like what to do and what not to do for your very first human sacrifice to a demigod.
It's hard to find a YouTube video for that.
Yeah, Pinterest.
Back
I've
in
heard
the 20s,
Pinterest
yeah.
could be good.
Henrietta, you gotta live because you end up getting the skin
Oh my
jacket.
god,
so
what
you're
is
able to
Pinterest
spread
clickbait?
your
Top 10
metaphor.
ways to summon an evil god.
A skin jacket.
Yeah, and the Jeremy, anybody who survived was gonna
It's a
want to be
lotion on his skin.
Just spoiler alert. If we were to run this game again and things go a little differently, any one of you could have been a fish person. That was the key. It's all about coming home.
I think
Who
my,
was
my,
the
my,
old
that was
man
my,
thing we were following?
That was just the creepy imagery from the book that I wanted in there.
See, I think that was my
Oh,
favorite
nice.
death
Yeah.
so far. Like, you had to my character would not shut up to try and
Yeah,
save
it
her
was
life, so you're just
great.
like, okay,
Ah,
die.
Marjorie is
Like,
awesome.
They're busy performing a ritual, and you just won't shut up. I mean, that's what I do.
This place has got good bones.
Yeah, got good
I love
bones.
that! Great bones!
So good. And then the one last fart, that was it. I was done.
She makes a mess of the whole altar. Just make the mess of it. That's
You
Audrey.
can't sacrifice Miss Marjorie. She's going down with a terrifying rant of.
Yeah, she ain't go down without a fight.
Perfectly on brand.
I don't know where that voice came from, but yeah, she's going down with the rant.
Oh my god.
I love it.
That was amazing though,
It was
Matt.
actually
Oh
very
my
American.
god.
Well, sorry, no offense, but kind of stereotypically American.
Over stereotypical. That was sort of
Over dramatized. There you go.
Yeah. I threw my own people under the bus.
It was Long Island. It was
so
literally like
good.
being on Long Island.
It was like an Italian grandma from.
Thanks for that, Dylan. It was fun.
Oh god, that was
Yeah,
so
that
much
was
fun.
That was
super fun.
awesome. man. I had no idea where I was going.
Yeah.
What did
I love
do
that the
to
wine
make
was
you
poisoned
want to
too, that's
strangle
awesome.
me so much? You strangled both my characters.
Oh, it's just one of my defaults for killing people, I guess. It's just strangling. It's I didn't even know.
My default is strangling.
D&D in which Dylan learned something about himself.
So I didn't even put two and two together. I forgot that I strangled your character in that other one.
Strangling.
Yeah, that's a fallback.
Oh my god.
Dylan, the Strangler.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That's a great question. Did anybody else die the same way? I mean, I'm actually Shadow. Is
I got
pretty close,
impaled.
'cause I carved her.
I got
Yeah.
impaled.
Yeah, you
Impaled.
carved. Yes. This is the same way I died in the other. Well,
That's two like mid-cap like.
yeah, I
Body
died
impaled.
in the first one by being stabbed in the head, but then
Yeah,
I
and-
was like flayed and quartered, and I've been flayed in this one.
Yeah,
So-
and I impaled the Chet to a tree and then stabbed Lady.
Into the neck. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how did you die, Ori? In the
I tried to climb through the broken window, and instead you grabbed my legs and dragged my body
Oh yeah.
through the glass.
You were gutted by the window.
Yeah,
Final Destination style.
good
yeah,
times.
which is also kind of the same thing that happened to your character with the
Yeah.
gutting.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody kind of died the same way.
On brand.
Yep.
That was completely unplanned. That's great. I mean, if we read between the lines,
I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah.
We know what to watch out for in the next one.
From now on, I'm gonna wear armor in my belly area and my back.
I'm gonna wear a helmet
Yes.
and like have all of my limbs chained to my body.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit harder to
head
remove.
trauma. Yeah.
Drawn and quartered and head trauma. Yep.
Yep.
I have a force field.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go and make dinner, but
Yes, I'm starving. I'm gonna...
thanks everyone on
The
Twitch for
same.
hanging
Yeah.
out. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and next week it looks like we're back on the regular D&D train with Campaign 2.
Oh,
Maybe
shnikes.
if I'm properly prepared, maybe.
Well, we have to
hopefully.
do our... Well, no.
We gotta do session
We gotta do
zero
our
anyway,
session
so-
zero.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
You don't need to have the actual campaign
I was like,
ready. We're gonna introduce our characters and, talk about the setting and get that stuff.
Yeah, we have to introduce the world to everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna have a session 0.
Good times. My hair's falling out. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Twitch, and we'll see you guys next week.
Ready? Bye!
Bye.
Hey.